surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Most amateurs like to play for something on the course, and you'll be pleased to know the USGA doesn't object to informal wagering when it's a friendly bet with your friends. Some of the most popular wagers are the Nassau, which is 3 bets. Low score on the front, low score on the back, and a low score for the full 18. In a round robin, 2 members of the foursome team up against the other 2, but the catch is the partners rotate every 6 holes. In skins, the player that wins the hole earns the skin. If there's a tie, the skin is carried over and the next hole is worth 2 skins. And of course, don't forget wagers for greenies, landing your shot on a par 3 green, sandies, earning a save from the sand, woodies, parring after hitting a tree, and of course, Arnies, parring without hitting the fairway in honor of Arnold Palmer. So play away. Your amateur status is safe. For Golf to Go, I'm Frank LaRosa.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Welcome to Mitch Richmond Day. The Rock joining us 2:30 today. Whitey and Drapes and Jay. Drapes, do you watch McAfee?
Not at all.
He may watch you. The reason I ask is because today, apparently, I don't watch him much either. I know he's very successful. I heard this on Chris Watkins' show today.
Okay.
Apparently, McAfee was saying that the Ricky Pearsall incident, which could have been tragic, he said, that could be like a rallying point for them emotionally and spiritually. It's like, that's what you said yesterday.
Man, McAfee getting his material from me.
Yeah.
I tell you, Whitey, your boy knows a thing or two, man. I know I'm an Eagles fan, and a lot of times when I talk Niners, people just tune me out. But, I got some good opinions, some good thoughts here. I hate that McAfee picked it up. Like, I'm not a fan of that dude. Trust me, I'm not a bit.
You any
no credit either.
I don't think so. I don't believe so.
What kind of world are we living in, man? Get a guy credit where it's due.
Yeah.
But it's true, though, man. It can be a rallying. I mean, it was like a bat signal for Trent Williams, right? It happened, and Trent's like, I got to get to camp. I got to get to practice, Yeah. And so it could be something, especially like week 1. If he leads the team out onto the field, can you imagine what Levi's is going to be like? Levi's Stadium? I mean, it's going to be crazy out there.
And then the story is that he wanted to be back at practice. He can't do anything, but he wanted to show everybody that he was okay. And that's the type of thing. Like, let's do it maybe this is the missing ingredient, Drapes. This is the one thing they've needed, as you were saying yesterday, to put them
over the top, right? I hope that's not it. I mean, geez, it took a teammate to get shot to get you over the hump. I mean, come on, Niners. You got to be more, into it than that. Jeez. Can I stop you, though, before we get into sports right now? Because I'm sitting in here. I'm about to turn on the fan. I'm sweating in here right now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sweating, bro. I did a workout with my boy Lim over at Game Fit today from 11-12. Yeah, Jay's guy. Yeah. And it's a good workout, Whitey, when 2 hours later, you're still sweating. Like, that's how I am, right? I'm still sweating from that workout, man. And so I'm about to turn on this fan here, just so you know. You're not hot at all?
I'm
like
good.
I feel like 90 in here
I'm
right
good.
now.
I'm good.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm sore. I'm in pain. We did a great workout today. I'm about
What'd
to
you
post
do?
some.
Feel like 90.
It's like, seriously, Jay, I'm burning up. And I'm like, damn, I'm still sweating from this workout. That's what's happening. Oh, man. So first thing, you know, we did, I walked in, my first time, Whitey.
I know.
So I'm like,
you just talked about it, yesterday?
yeah. So I'm thinking it's like a nice introductory, you know, workout. Let me just see where you at. He's like, all right, run around this 3 laps. I'm like, all right, you know, I got my little slow jog on. You know, I'm like, I got this. I was kind of winded, though, to be honest with you. I was winded. And then he had me do these stretches. It was like football stretches, you know, stuff you see, high knees and stuff like that. And then he had me do something like my core is the weakest thing in my body. You know, I got some guns here. These arms are pretty tight. The legs are strong, but my core, I can't do planks. So he had me do plank push-ups where you start off on your arms, then you push up to your hands, start off, you know, that ruined me. That I said, Lim, I said, hold on, bro. I said, you've been doing this for years. I said, I'm not you, big fella. I said, you got to ease me in. He's like, Drapes, you want to lose 30 pounds? We got to get after it. And so I'm sweating right now. Seriously, I'm about to turn on this fan. It was a great workout. I'm going to hit him up twice a week because no pain, no gain, right? You got to put in the work. But there were about 12 times during this workout, it was only like 45 minutes to an hour, where I said, what the hell am I doing here?
Did he give you an assessment? Like, all right, here's where I think you are, and here's where you need to be. Anything like that?
Nah, because I'm like below the assessment level. You know, I'm like, fresh putty. I'm just a pile of goo that he's trying to figure out right now.
He's gonna break you down and then shape you.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it was tough. And I rode my Peloton this morning. I started off with a half hour.
How smart was that when you had to go see?
Dude, I told you I'm doing 2-a-days. 2-a-days. That's what I'm about right now. 2-a-days. It just happened to be twice in a 3 to 4 hour span, but I'm about 2-a-days right now. But so I've characterized this and named this, and I'm gonna put it on social media on Instagram here in a minute. Fit for the season. That's I'm trying to get fit for the number 4 because I'm trying to jazz it up. The season. So
okay. Now
from here till opening night, you will see a transformation, big fella.
As hard as you worked out today, late this afternoon, this evening, somebody's going to be hungry.
I know.
Stay out the pantry, Drake.
I know.
Someone is going to be. I'm getting hungry just hearing you talk about.
You see, I got my
how hard you
snacks.
work. Yeah.
You see, I got my snacks right here, and I'll probably have some fish tonight and some veggies.
Okay.
I'm on it, dude. I got to lose 20 to 30 pounds in about 2 to 3 months.
All right.
I got too many
30,
suits.
Now it's 20 to 30.
Well, it was 20 yesterday, but I'm like, really, I need 30 to 40, really. But I'll settle for 30
you got
right
this.
now. Yeah. So I Jay, you on a workout plan too now, right? Everybody don't wake up looking all svelte like Whitey over here in shape, He-Man over here. We got to put in work. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I got to put in work too. I got a decent core because my back's so bad. Got to do that core stuff when you got that back.
Dude.
Problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
But my guy Lim is like, Drapes, you probably got back problems. I'm like, yeah. He's like, it ain't your back, big fella, it's your core. You strengthen your core, your back will be better. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Ashley's been hanging on. Been a while since we talked to Ashley. How you doing today, Ashley?
I'm doing all right. Yourself?
Good.
Great.
What's on your mind?
So 2 things. First, I heard a rumor from Grant Cohn, the 49ers beat writer, that he says, according to sources within the organization, that he's hearing that basically if it's Super Bowl or bust. If we don't win a Super Bowl, that, quote, heads will roll. And so that makes me feel like he's kind of talking about Shanahan and Lynch. He mentioned it was due to the financials of having to extend Ayuk and Williams and all of that. So I wanted to hear your thoughts and if there was any legitimacy to that that you know of. And then the other thing that I wanted to ask about was I heard Trent Williams' new contract was a $5 million increase, but he incurred more than $5 million in fines. Does that $5 million count towards our cap?
Thank you, Ashley. 2 great questions. 2 great
Ashley,
questions.
geez.
As far as the first one, I don't know. I don't claim to have any inside knowledge on that, but given what we know of the situation, Grant Cohn, I think there's probably a germ of truth to that he may be exaggerating for a fact. You know that if you're Jed York and you're spending all this money, it's like, we don't want to spend that much right now. Are we ever going to win? We're going to win at some point, right? You know, he has to be pleased that the 49ers have been so close, but yeah, at some point, spending more money. These guys we're losing these contract battles now. I'm sure he is feeling a lot of anxiety and a sense of urgency over winning right now. But I don't think that means necessarily if they don't win, everyone's got
a roll. Yeah. Let me ask you this, though, because that's a great place to start, Ashley and Whitey. The Niners, some people say, Matt Barrow said, best team he's covered in the last 20 years, Niners team. If they don't win, what's the next step? And I know it's still, 5-6 months away, but what's the fault? Like, what's the net? Is it, all right, boys, we'll just get them again next year? I mean, they've come up short so many times. What's the next move?
I think it depends on how it happens, don't you? I was thinking about this today, walking Moby. He had a hard time today.
Moby, okay.
Yeah. So 2019 or 2020, when they lost the Super Bowl, you know that Kyle Shanahan thought about it and figures quarterback wasn't good enough.
Right.
We could have won.
Yeah, exactly.
Then last year, he looks at it and goes, quarterback was not as good as Mahomes, but he was good enough. Our defense wasn't good enough. So this year, it's going to be about fixing the defense. They've already made strides in that area. At some point, you run out of reasons. It's got to be like, I guess it's me. They're not there yet.
Right.
But I think to answer your question, what happens after this year? Depends how it happens. What happens? If it's, let's say 5 guys get hurt.
Well, that
could happen.
What if you get to the Super Bowl and lose? Like, are you in danger of becoming the Buffalo Bills? You know what I mean? Good enough, not good, but just not good enough.
Sure. And Utah Jazz.
Right. And will Niners fans accept that? When will Niners fans get restless?
They're already getting a little restless, I think.
Okay.
I know that in our rundown here, I put down something that was in The Athletic today.
Yeah.
A fan optimism survey.
Right.
And I don't know exactly what the methodology was, but the 49ers are way down on the list. Lions fans are number 1, most optimistic. And I think the 49er fans are like 11th. And I'm sure some of that has to do with the holdouts, but I think a lot of Niner fans are feeling like, man, at some point you got to win.
Right.
Yeah. Why can't we win one? And Jed York's feeling the same thing.
Probably their best chance, I would imagine, this year. Like, I mean, we thought last year was their best chance. You bring everybody back. Brock Purdy, another year in the system, more mastery of the offense. And so there's no excuses right now, unless like somebody gets hurt or something like that. But the Niners should win the Super Bowl. They are a better team than the Kansas City Chiefs. But you know how it is any given Sunday, any given game, you got to be better on that day. And so, I hope Niners fans, because last year it was every week I heard from Niners fans. Every win, it was like, hopefully Niners fans calm down.
That's too bad because you were so gracious when they lost.
I'm just saying. But Niners fans remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know what I mean? Just because you beat the Jets week 1, don't be talking 17-0 and, bang, bang, Niner gang and all. Just have a little chill. Just chill out just a little bit. I learned that lesson last year from my Eagles. You got to let it all play out and then do your trash talk.
Remember last year when they lost that Monday night game to Minnesota and you were on the road with the Kings. So I forget where you were, but I know Jerry was in. So Jerry and I are doing the show and you called in and here's Kyle Draper. And the first thing you did was go,
yeah, but that was the Minnesota loss.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was Kirk Cousins, too, that carved you guys up, carved the Niners
with
up.
a couple of late INTs.
Yeah, I remember that vividly.
As far as the other question about Trent Williams and the fines against the cap space, I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
Interesting. Mike Florio wrote a thing today, and he's not a big Shanahan 49er guy. He said Trent Williams gets a $5 million increase, but he had to pay $5 million in fines, so it's a wash.
Right.
But I'm sure it doesn't quite pencil out that way. He's getting more guarantees, or I'm sure it's a win for him.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely got to be a win for him, right? He didn't look like a guy that lost, was upset or, anything like that yesterday.
All I do know, and you probably know this too, Ashley, is based on what we're reading, the 49ers, despite all the maneuvering and how much money they had to pay those 2 players, they created a ton of cap space somehow. So
I just don't understand. Like you got, and here's the crazy thing about it. I saw the graphic on social media about how they are paying, the running back, Christian McCaffrey, highest paid running back in the league. Trent Williams, average annual value, third highest, like Ayuk, like they pay all their, big guys huge money, but yet they're still somehow under the cap. I guess it's a lot to do with the quarterback, but man, it's hard to fathom that they pay all these guys the money, top 5 at each position pretty much, and yet they still have so much cap space.
Well, it's upfront money. That's what they do. And to kind of answer Ashley's question, Trent's a little different, but they give all the money, and they just did it with Debo again yesterday.
Yeah,
they took the money that they're going to pay him the next couple years and just said, hey, look, let me go ahead and give you this $14 million right now.
Yeah.
The $20 million up front right now. We're guaranteeing your money right now. Here you go.
Yeah.
And then it brings down the salary cap. And the difference, Drapes, is this. One thing about Jed York is, and you guys are touching on it, he's not afraid to spend money. So most owners aren't going to give you 100, which we just saw in 24 hours, 48 hours. He's giving away almost $120 million, like wrote the check.
Right,
just
like
here you go.
Right? Owners who don't want any part.
Absolutely.
Of that.
But the difference is the Niners have hosted six playoff games. They've hosted a couple NFC championship games. I'm pretty sure you saw that. And so they're printing money. It's not like this dude is losing money because he's getting all this extra income, all this extra assets that's coming over the last 4 or 5 years.
That's why I don't believe, Jay, that if they don't win a Super Bowl this year, then he's going to blow out Lynch and Shanahan.
Yeah. And I also agree it depends on how they lose. But that's the answer, Drapes, is this dude is giving money up front where most owners are like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and take what we made in the playoffs last year and I'll just spend it over the next 5 years. And I'm going to go ahead and utilize it myself, which what all the banks and people do on a daily. But he's like, here, take the 150 that we just made back from 2 playoffs games last year. Here you go,
I want to see what you guys think of this. This is an NFL story, kind of off the beaten path. I just read it before the show started, and I think I have a lot of sympathy for this guy. Here's the story from ESPN. The Washington Commanders have suspended an employee. He was a VP for comments about the team's players being anti-gay, accused Jerry Jones of being racist and anti-gay, and called Roger Goodell a $50 million puppet. That's what this employee told somebody. But wait till you hear who he told and why. The team said it has suspended its vice president of content, Raeel Enteen. He's been with the organization for 4 years for comments he made to an undercover reporter for the O'Keefe Media Group. So according to a social media video from the media group, Enteen, the guy with the Washington, he met the reporter on the dating app Hinge, met her twice at local restaurants.
Damn.
So apparently he meets this woman not knowing she's an undercover reporter.
What is that?
I had never heard that term before.
So she was posing on this dating app and somehow infiltrated this guy and
she just dated him. Yeah. And then he's telling her all this stuff. I guess he felt like, I'll impress her. I'll show her all the stuff I know because I'm inside the NFL. So he said over 50% of our roster is white religious, and God says, bleep the gays, their interpretation. I don't buy any of that. Another big chunk is low-income African-Americans that come from a community that is inherently very homophobic. And he tells her all this stuff, not knowing she's a reporter.
Who said, no, so hold on. Was she a reporter or was she posing as a reporter?
All we know, Drex, it's a great question. It's one of the keys to the whole thing. The story says she's an undercover reporter. If she's an undercover reporter, that means he didn't know she was a reporter. And she's posing as his date.
Did somebody hire her to set him up or get caught?
It sounds
That's a lot of questions I got. That's wow.
So it sounds like she was working on the story on her own, but that's a good question.
Yeah,
I don't know. And again, he was saying this is the way the players on the team think. This is the way the NFL thinks. this is the way Jerry Jones thinks. No idea whether it's true or not. But that's so
I mean,
he ends up getting suspended. Can you imagine how he feels?
Well,
now he should be smarter than that, but
right.
still, she was a reporter.
I mean, he's suspended. I got to imagine the next step is fired, right?
Yeah,
the way he's talking, he's talking about like these are his players.
Right.
The team,
right.
If they don't do something drastic, what does that signal to the players on the team?
Right. The commanders say the language used in the video. So there's video. Apparently she's
recording this and everything.
Runs counter to our values at the Commanders organization. We have suspended the employee pending an investigation and will reserve further comment at this time. They probably have to look into the legalities of it, right? It's like he got set up. Are we? So who
set him up? She did, the reporter and her company.
I've never heard anything.
Yeah, I've never heard that before. That's crazy. It's wrong on so many levels. Wrong on his level because of what he said. Like,
yes,
to me, that's not just suspendable. That's fireable. Also, was somebody setting him up though? Like it just seems. And
here's another thing he told the reporter, Drapes. And the reporter's name not revealed. And the reporter can be heard on the video, but not seen. He says his job is to sell hope. 3 years ago, there were videos of pipes leaking. Fans said it smelled like sewage, but N-Team said he tweeted out, it was just water. He said, that is state-run media. And you missed all this to a reporter.
Wow. Did you read the quote about Jerry Jones? Did you just say that?
I did not read that. Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I'm going to read it.
Okay.
This guy also said, quote, I don't think the commissioner of the NFL hates gay people, hates black people. Jerry Jones, who really runs the NFL, I think he hates gay people. But like, this is damning. This isn't just a Washington Commanders issue. This is an NFL issue right now. This guy has to go. I'm sorry. You can't have a league employee, a team employee saying this.
I know.
About maybe your most famous known owner. Like, it just, that can't fly. This guy got to be out of there.
How many dates? Was this maybe the second date? Yeah. Met her twice.
Man, this guy just telling everything, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't you think that has to be a thing where he's trying to impress her? Like, let me tell you how it is. I'm in the NFL.
Man, this guy is giving guys a bad name, man. I could just imagine. You're right. I'm trying to look cool and like trying to give her some inside info or something like that. Yeah, that's who is this guy? My gosh.
So I'd never heard of a story like that.
Never heard that.
I was wondering if you guys read it the same way I did. It sounds like you do. Yeah.
Yeah. This is troublesome. This is bad. Like I said, maybe it's a suspension while they investigate, and then it'll lead to something else.
Yeah, and it's probably going to get, especially in the excitement of the season starting, it'll get just caught up in the wash and the legal.
Did you hear what he said about fans? I'm reading the story right here. Did you read that part?
I don't think I saw that
about
part.
Fans. N-Team told the undercover reporter that most of the fans are high school educated alcoholics and called them mouth breathers. What the heck who is this guy? Like, this guy gotta go. He gotta go.
Yep.
He's offending everybody.
Yep.
My gosh, this I've never heard anything like this.
Yeah, so he made his own bed. I mean, it's unfortunate that it got set up. Maybe somebody, like I said, knew, hey, you got to find out what this guy's really saying. How are we going to get that? I know.
Yeah,
sounds like maybe he deserved to be fired if that's really.
Yeah. If he's really saying it, I mean, it's and what's his?
But he's a victim too, isn't he? Isn't he in a way a victim?
Yeah, he got catfish. He got yes. But you still say it's sort of like Donald Sterling. Remember?
Yes.
His mistress recorded everything.
Yes.
And people had talked about Sterling for years, but until the tapes came out, the recordings and things like that. And same thing with this guy. Like, reading this, he got to go.
Yeah.
You got to get him up out of here. Unbelievable.
So
we're off to a great start.
I know I took us down a path we don't normally travel, but I'd never heard anything like that before.
Dude, we didn't even take our first break.
I know.
I've been waiting to put on this fan for the commercial break here because I'm still sweating. But wow, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of the text that's coming in. people talking about my weight transformation that I'm about to begin. 916, get a physical. You know, your grandma was using Crisco. Hey, man, Crisco, that was the brand back in the day, big fella. We had the best thing about Crisco. Jay, I don't know if you did this, but when you use the Crisco, the can, and you finish, you poured the grease back in the can.
Yes.
Yes. Remember that?
Yes.
Back in the day. You know,
absolutely.
That bacon grease or
come
whatever
on now,
it is.
yeah.
Come on,
that
man.
chicken grease, come back in there. You're like, oh, there go that grease.
Those were the days.
I want to welcome into the chat a guy who's been listening to the station for decades, William Skip Bishop. Thank you for being with us, Skip. He says, I rarely get to listen, much less watch. The greatest sports show in Northern California. Says some nice things about me. Says, looking good, Kyle. And he says, oh, and Drake is still getting bodied. So he has that for you.
That's right. Who was that?
Skip. I'm about to play some Drake right now. Jay, when we come back with Mitch the Rock Richmond.
I'm not respecting a legend like that. Maybe down the road.
No
but
Drake?
Not the Rock like that.
All right. Yeah.
He's a winner.
Today. A day to remember, Skip, because the great Mitch Richmond joins us next on Sactown Sports.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, how you doing, Tom? I go, hey, I'm not your fucking stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not.
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to the venue at Thunder Valley September 5th. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced stage. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
A new Honda? Nice. Well, it was like this. It was a super hot day, so we all stopped for some ice cream. When bam, the AC went out. My dad started sweating and was all, man, I stink. And my brother was like, I hate this car. And my mom was all, I'm dying in here. Then I said, it's time to call Stockton Honda. Then Dad was like, honey, you're right. I knew you were my favorite. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue.
StocktonHonda.com.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, and guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit KHTK.com.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Harmony. Tyler Rich. Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
It's unforgiving. It starts with a nod the head, a lifetime in 8 seconds, known as rodeo.
The 90th annual Marysville Stampede is coming to the Cotton Rosso Arena September 14th and 15th. If you want to see rodeo's best, you better be there. It's a whole weekend of the best pro rodeo action for the whole family. Bareback, saddle bronc, bull riding, plus the Flying Cowboys BMX motorcycle show. It's just $25 for adults and $15 for kids 4 to 12. Don't you miss 1 second of the heart-pounding, ground-shaking, bucking, twisting rodeo action. Get your tickets at MarysvilleStampede.com. The 90th annual Marysville Stampede, Saturday, September 14th at 5 p.m. and Sunday, September 15th at 3:30 p.m. at the Cotton Rosso Arena in Marysville. Tickets are available now at MarysvilleStampede.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Get your tickets for the Marysville Stampede September 14th and 15th at MarysvilleStampede.com. Joining us now, Drapes, true Sacramento Kings royalty.
Yes.
Yeah, Friday, of course, we named our top 10 Kings, Sacramento Kings of all time. And you knew one of two guys was going to be at the very top. And our next guest, the number that he wore for so many years here in Sacramento, the great Mitch Richmond, the second, according to our panel, number 2 greatest King of all time of the Sacramento era. Mitch Richmond, thanks for coming on with us today, Mitch. How are you?
I'm doing great, but I'm going to be upset if Kyle Draper got number 1. Did he get number 1 of all Kings all time?
Hey, Mitch, I should have, man, having to put up with you on the broadcast sometimes and you're dealing with Katie, you know what I mean? So,
so long as it wasn't you, I mean, shoot. But, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I tell you what, Mitch, hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I love the work that we put in for our top 40, but some of the dudes that got votes, hell, I could have got votes. Like, I should have got some of the dudes that I'm just saying, man. Some of the guys that I'm like, how the hell did that dude get a vote? Like,
Well, Mitch, let me tell you this. Kyle says that, but one of the guys Kyle voted for was Marvin Bagley. So how about that?
Whoa. Come on, Kyle.
Hey, man, I'm a newbie, man. I showed how green I am here in Sacramento. That's my fault.
I didn't say it. You did, and thank God you did.
Here was Mitch. Here was the top 10 as determined by our night. What do we have? 20? We have about 20 people on our panel. Webb, you, Peja, Boogie, Fox, Vlade, Bibby, Domas, Christie, and Reggie Theus. What do you think of that top 10 off the top of your head?
Oh, it's very, very nice. Yeah. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So Oscar couldn't be in it because he wasn't with the Kings, right? It was
just Sacramento.
Just Sacramento. Yep.
Cool. And you did say Boogie in there? You said Boogie in there?
Yeah, he was he finished 4th on the list.
Okay, he's on the list. Okay, cool.
Who was 5? Fox?
Fox was 5, Vlade 6, Bibby 7, Domas 8, Christie 9, and then Reggie Theus.
Okay.
10.
All right.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Mitch.
All right. I'll take number 2. Okay.
All right, you cool with that? Okay. All right, good.
One of the guys on the panel was your friend Henry Turner.
I wish I was number 1, but I'm number 2. But okay, I'll take that.
I know Henry Turner voted for you. Henry Turner's been raving about you.
That's my guy. You know what I mean? That's my guy.
Yeah. Who was the best player you would say you played with during your time here in Sacramento? Who's your best teammate?
Oh, man. You know what I mean? I think, as far as teammates, man, I think I've always, had some pretty good relationships with my teammates. I think I love Wayman Tisdale. You know what I mean? Wayman was a good guy. Lionel Simmons also.
Yeah.
You know, me and Henry also just hit it off. Walt Williams, Randy Brown, Spud Webb. I mean, I had some really good and OP. We fought a lot, but I still got to put him in there because we always challenge each other. So I got to put OP in there, even though OP, wanted to beat up everybody every day. But he was a good teammate as well. And yeah, I had some good ones, man. I had some good guys on that.
That playoff team that you guys had, that was a tough team, right?
Oh yeah, and I forgot about Brian Grant and the Animal. Man, I love playing with the Animal. Brian Grant. I mean, I had some really good guys. I'm missing someone. And I love Tyus Edney, Sharunas. Man, we can go on and on. Even though Dennis Hobson was a good friend of mine as well. And also, what's my man? God dang it, LaBradford Smith.
LaBradford. Wow, from the University of Louisville. Yeah. My God.
That's right. Yep.
Down the
University of Louisville.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. We won winning many games, but we definitely liked each other.
Yeah. Hey, Mitch, doing this exercise, man, it let us, gave us an opportunity to deep dive into the numbers, the careers, and everything like that. And I look at your first year in SAC after coming over in the trade. Like, you guys had 9 first-year or second-year players. Like, it had to be tough, man, going from Run TMC to, you got to rebuild and be the face of the franchise. What kept you motivated to perform night in and night out?
Man, that's a great question because I can remember that situation when I got traded there. Just going over my whole career, like before that time, before I got to Sacramento, I had never lost a season. Like, I had a really bad season. So knowing coming from Golden State at the time when we were established and we felt like we only needed a few players or one big man away from really kind of opening that thing up, or a few players away. Then I got to Sacramento, and we had young talent. You know what I mean? They wasn't bad players, but they were just young. And at that time, we were playing against grown men. At that time, you was playing against guys that had full facial hair and had a bald spot at the top. You know what I'm saying? So, these was grown men. And so our team, we had to learn how to play together. We had to learn while we're doing that, we had to learn each other. And it was really tough, really difficult. But what kept me motivated, man, my whole thing was I wanted to be consistent. I had a great 4 years, 3 years at Golden State, averaging 20 something a year. I couldn't say, man, it was easier thinking getting ready to play each and every night. It was really difficult because I was, my head was somewhere else at the time, but I still know that I was playing a game that I love. So I just said, man, I want to be as consistent as possible. And I don't want to I don't want to see people like, oh yeah, he fell off. So I just wanted to be able to, establish that I could still do it anyway.
As far as shooting, Mitch, and I like to ask guys who played before the basketball went so 3-point crazy. You were a 39% 3-point shooter for your career. And with the Kings, I know they moved the line a little bit around, but you were a 40% 3-point shooter with the Kings. If you were playing now, how many threes a game would you be taking?
Oh man, I mean, a lot. You know what I mean? No question, a lot, because the game is warranted that now. Where back then, I think, it was if you shoot a bad 3-point shot, you know what I mean. So many teams had established big men. They were going down and they're posting their big man, and you take bad shots, you're either gonna give up a layup, or you're gonna go down and get an and one or whatever like this. Teams took advantage of those bad shot situations. But I think now, and not knocking any guy because I still love to watch the game. Everyone is launching threes, so So the game, if you're up 15 or 20, you can come back very easy because everyone is about putting up how many threes we can put up today. And if we have a great percentage, we have give ourselves a great opportunity to win. So it's just the style of the game has changed, and it's more of the outside, more of the 3-point shot that the guys are taking now.
The legend Mitch Richmond, The Rock, joining us here on The Drive, guys. Appreciate that. Hey, Mitch, when you look at the Sacramento Kings now, man, it's been a long haul, man, a long road to get back to respectability. What do you think of the job Mike Brown's doing, the growth of Fox, and now we added DeMar DeRozan, too?
Love it, man. Love it. Love it. Excited for the Kings. I think DeMar DeRozan fits what they're looking for. They already had an outstanding team, but I think, they kind of let up. And then they're still a young team. So I think if they consistently do it in the second half of the season, you're talking about a playoff team that can really, truly go deep. If you look back a year ago or 2 years ago when they took the Warriors to the brink, they're not that far off because everyone understands that they got a guy in Fox, and now they have a unit in Murray and all those, the twins, I think that's the name, right? They have those guys that, complements him. So I just think, the sky's the limit for this team. And I think they needed that bet like DeRozan to come in and really kind of solidify the team. So I think they're in a great spot.
Mitch, as we were just discussing, now the NBA is much more perimeter-oriented than it used to be. But your run TMC teams, you guys were a little smaller, really good shooting team with Don Nelson running the show. Were you in some ways maybe one of the forerunners of the type of basketball teams play now?
Yeah, I think so. We were that high power scoring machine where we had three guys that all averaged 20-something points. And the only way we could play that way because we had, three guys, and not only us three, we named ourselves Run TMC, or the fans named us Run TMC, but we had other guys that really could put it in the hole. Sharunas was coming off the bench averaging 13, 14 points. We had a lot of great scorers that was coming and really kind of helping. And so the only way that we can play and keep everyone happy, we had to play fast and move the ball and share the ball. And that was the number one thing. We had to share it and take care of it. And that's the one thing that Don Nelson was preaching. If Tim gets the ball, we want you guys still in the lanes. And if you didn't have it, you get a shot from someone else. And then we had a thing sometimes in games. Tim was the only guy that can kind of dribble more than 3 or 4 times. But everyone else, we wanted to make sure that if you wasn't going to the hole with, on 2 or 3 dribbles, then, move it and let someone else take an opportunity. Just move your body, keep moving your body, set picks, setting drags. We were doing all kind of things like that. And it really kind of opened up our game a little bit because we practiced that way. And so at sometimes, we didn't even run plays. We just ran a motion offense that we do each other, and we practiced that way. So it was the best way for us to play because Mully was averaging, I think, 27 that year. I averaged 25, and Tim averaged 23. So we had it was a fun time.
So teams couldn't scout you. Teams couldn't know what you were going to do on offense because you didn't know what you were going to do necessarily, right?
Yeah. We knew what we knew what we were doing, but we didn't know we was doing it at all different spots. So how and how Nelly, orchestrated the offense. At times we would practice, and I would play the 5 at times. They would move us all around. So if we're in a position and we're running the floor and we're in that 5 position, just stay there, and we'll get to our motion. Set a back pick to get the big man to the post. And then we just start running our motion. So we ran our practices where we knew each other, where everybody was going to be. And then once we got Tim Hardaway, it was just everything opened up because he was such a guy that really put pressure on the defense. And then it was whoever you wanted to double. So if you doubled myself, Mully and Tim was going to have a good night. If you doubled Mully, I was going to have a good night. And so it was very hard to scout.
Hey, Mitch, you brought up, your time, obviously, with Golden State, Run TMC, 3 stars.
Right.
I look at what Sacramento has with Domas, now bringing in DeRozan and De'Aaron Fox. How does that work? Like, how can those 3 work? Does somebody have to take a step back? Does somebody have to proclaim themselves to be an alpha? How did you guys make it work, and how do you think the Kings can make it work?
Well, I think when you respect the other guy, only thing that does is really push you because you want to be the best at your position. Chris wanted to be the best at his position, and Tim wanted to be the best. And we had to work together to make it look authentic. We had to make it, work to not make it look so crazy. If we played motion and it was just Tim taking the shots, then we don't need to play motion no more. We need to put a set, that we could put in and everybody kind of, do their thing. But I think it truly can work, especially today because everyone is playing a little faster and it's a little bit more wide open game. It's not as the grueling and stuff like that. So you can really cut through the lanes and make everybody move their body. So, and I think, Kings have more than that, with the young player that's been coming on the Twin, and they got a great bench. So the only way that they can play, you got to play fast because you got so many players that need to touch the ball.
Mitch Richmond with us. I'm wondering if you had any comment on what Anthony Edwards said recently. He said that in the Jordan era, he said, Michael Jordan was the only one really that had any skill. I know Magic Johnson has clapped back at that. Obviously, it's dead wrong, but I'm just wondering what your comments would be on that.
Well, you know what, man? I think, I hate the debate right now of going on what's, who's better, LeBron or Michael, because it's really kind of disrespecting the older players. Because it's more the fans driving this issue of who's the better, who's the GOAT, who's this. It's different eras. If the older players say that like Michael, then they're saying that they're hating on the young players. So it's a revolving door that you really kind of never get out. You know what I mean? And you're never going to figure out who is the best anyway. We only can say that we know who's the best, but they're never going to play each other. And it just really I just hate to knock one player down to put up another. You know what I mean? And I think with Anthony Edwards, he's just a young player that really probably didn't watch a lot of that era. He was too young. I mean, his favorite player is Kevin Durant, and in his era. So you just look at the players that you just wish they knew a little bit more of their history, who came before them. Because there's so many great players that played this game that really don't even get recognized about it. So it just hurt that a young player that would say that about someone that came before him to give him the opportunity that he has now.
What a diplomatic answer.
I know that was good, Mitch.
Great answer.
I can tell he's did some TV work in the past. Look at him.
Yeah. You got to because I mean, come on, man. Because it's a difference when you talk to your boys and everything, but it's just pretty much disrespect, man. That you wish that he could really take that back and understand that it was so many great players that played before. That's all. Yeah.
Hey, Mitch, take me back when you were playing. Yeah, obviously Jordan. You had Gary Payton. You had Larry Bird. Like, tell me some of the biggest trash talkers. Were you a trash talker at all? I don't think you were, but I know you went against some.
Yeah, I never was a trash talker until you got in the heat of the moment. Somebody started talking to you, but people always ask me this question all the time: Did Michael talk to you? Did you guys trash talk? He said, we never talked. Like me and Michael just shook hands. And we went at it. I knew he was going to play me hard. He knew I was going to play him hard. And I think every player I went up against understood that I didn't really talk, man. I just really, I like my play to do my talking. And so it was just me just playing hard. And, you had Bird. Bird would say a little bit here and there. But I've seen Michael talk to people and talk trash. But Gary Payton never shut up. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that, but it was a lot of guys that would kind of mumble to you. Vernon Maxwell. You know, he was always a guy. You know, Alvin. People don't know about Alvin Robertson.
Yeah.
You know, Alvin Robinson, he will bark at you when he's guarding. You know, he's like, you can't score on the dog.
No way.
He'll be barking at you. You know what I mean? He's like, man, whatever. You know what I mean? But you just block it out and play your game.
Mitch, you told a story. I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but you told a story on this station years ago. It's one of the greatest stories I ever heard about Don Nelson. And OP had a role in it too. And it was about a guy named John Shasky. And I'm wondering if you would be willing to.
My good guy, man. He's a good guy.
I was wondering if you'd be willing to. Yeah, could you tell that story?
Yeah, I could tell it. Okay, so we're in Seattle at the time, and Seattle is putting it on us. So, you know, Don Nelson calls a timeout, and I think we had about probably 7 minutes left in the game, and he took us out and put the whole bench in. And OP was just hitting all of our big men, talking smack, all with the hand gesture and, you know, pumping his chest. And I can remember Don Nelson telling Shasky, I want you to go in there and I want you to take his head off. I want you to foul him, and I don't care if you foul out. You foul him every dang time he hits. Every time I want you to hit him. So Shasky went in the game, and for that 7 minutes, Shasky never hit him, never touched him, never fouled him, and Nelly was livid. And we knew that, hey man, Nelly's gonna kill that dude when we get back to the locker room. So we walked back to the locker room. Everybody going back to the locker room. And every time we lose, Nelly would just go berserk. At that time, he was still drinking his little beers too after the game. So we go in the locker room, and he told Shasky that I'm never gonna ask you to do anything for me again. And we like, So the next day, we get back to practice. We always run out of us when we lose a game. So we're there practicing. We practiced for about 45 minutes. He told all the starters, sit on the sideline and just sit there with your ice bag. I don't want you to go to the locker room. So all of a sudden, he say, Shasky, get out here. So he runs Shasky, man, for about an hour, bro. Like just running him in the ground, just running him in the ground. And we like, come on, man, just come on. The dude is dying, crying, everything. So he pulls everybody up. Okay, that's it. He calls everybody up, and he said, hey, everybody say bye to Shasky because I just cut his ass.
Oh, shoot.
And we're like, oh, my God. We're like, Jesus.
He ran that dude.
He ran. We know. Hey, now we know if Nelly runs you after practice with nobody else, that means you're gone, bro.
All right.
You're a body. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he cut him, man, and Shasky just started crying. And we like, oh, man, come on, man. Yeah, man.
He ran him into the ground, then cut him. Dang, that's heartless right there.
Yeah, because that's when the time it was, Nelly was the GM and the coach.
Yeah.
So he played both roles.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you can't do that anymore now because, you got to separate those two,
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, Mitch. Quick question, man. I know you won an Olympic gold medal. You finished your career with a championship. Carmelo recently said he wouldn't trade an Olympic gold medal for an NBA championship. How do you value those two, winning in '96 and also winning with the Lakers as well?
Yeah, I cherish them both at the top, but I think kind of like what Carmelo is saying is that at that particular time when you wear USA across your chest, this is the one time that every American is cheering for that team. You know what I mean? And they're not cheering for the other country. They're not doing anything. This is the first time when you go in an arena and every person now is now got your back and loving you because you're wearing that USA across your chest. That's how I felt when I first wore it. Even when I was in 2 Olympics, and the first one I got the bronze.
Yep.
So the second one, I got the bronze. I didn't even want to. I didn't even want to touch it. I can remember giving it to my mom, and I'm like, I don't want to see it no more.
Wow.
Just put it away. And so, just having another opportunity. Sorry if I had an echo or something. But yeah. But I'm sorry if I got So if I got the gold, when I got the gold medal, it was just special. So it's just two different things.
Right.
Mitch, before we let you go, I want to ask you this question. As someone who grew up in Sacramento, and, I came after Reggie Theus, and he was kind of the first star in Sacramento. For me, you were the second star for the Sacramento Kings. I just want to know, did you ever feel that pressure of like carrying the whole city on your back? Or was it just more or less, I'm just going out here to play basketball?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that the city, and it was great to say, hello, man, it's an echo. I'm sorry, let me get out of the way. But yeah, I knew at that time that, I mean, I just needed to play ball, man. It was a game that I loved to play. And if I play hard, play aggressive, I just I had to let it fall where it may, you know what I mean? And we would lose games, but that pressure didn't really bother me. But I definitely, it bothered me at times when we wasn't winning. But I knew that, hey, man, I just go out and do my job, do it the best I possibly can, and then and let the chips fall where they may, man. So I didn't really see it as pressure at that time. It was just knowing that I was going to play hard, and that's all I can go off.
Thank you, Mitch. We really appreciate you coming on. You're too generous with your time. We will talk to you again soon. Thank you very much.
All right, Mitch.
All right, you guys be good, man.
All right, man. I'll catch up. All right.
Yeah, the one and only Mitch Richmond. Isn't that a great little peek into what NBA life is really like?
Yeah, man. Don Nelson.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, the first time he told me that story, we're doing an interview, and Nelly came up and he goes, "Oh, let me tell you a story about Don Nelson." This is what the story like. Yeah.
That's classic.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Number 2, Mitch Richmond.
I think he would have liked to have been a little higher on there.
Yeah, but he wasn't salty about it.
Right.
He wasn't salty, so good for him.
Was he salty when you first told him, Jay?
No. Mitch wasn't. Yeah. I mean, how much higher can you get?
Right.
There's only one spot, but I get it. He's a winner. He wants that one.
Yeah, he didn't want that bronze medal.
Nah.
When we come back, which team's fans are the most optimistic about the new NFL season, according to his survey? It's not 49er fans.
Okay.
The answer is next on Sactown Sports.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I need to print for my business, but I really have to watch the budget.
Staples can print whatever you need. And now you get up to 30% off print purchases. So the more you print,
The more I save?
Right.
So if I print $600 worth of signs,
you save $180.
ooh, and if I print $1 million worth, I'd save...
No clue, but I'm thinking there are a lot of zeros.
Now at Staples, the more you print, the more you save, up to 30% off. Plus, you save even more with hundreds of hot deals throughout the store. Ends 9/7, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Bianna's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard.
Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its head-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Hi, this is Congressman Kevin Kiley. We live in the greatest congressional district in America. From the Gold Country to the High Sierra, we are blessed with unmatched beauty and natural resources. But issues like sky-high gas and food prices and rising crime make life hard for too many. I'm working across party lines to pass common sense legislation that will make life better, safer, and more affordable. If you're a veteran or senior trying to get help with your benefits, or having any other issues with the federal government bureaucracy, call my office toll-free at 1-888-406-3855. Over the last 18 months, we've helped resolve thousands of cases of all types and returned over $7 million to constituents. This is Congressman Kevin Kiley. You can visit my website at kiley.house.gov to learn more. We are here to serve you. Thank you for listening. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $59. Bonnie, plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
I just don't like going to church, man. I don't like the people there. People at church have like coworker vibes.
Ralph Barbosa, the super cool ass tour.
Like some of them are cool, but most of them, they're just being fake nice because they want that promotion. Like if those are the people that are going to be hanging out in heaven, I just go to hell.
Saturday, September 7th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss the hilarious Ralph Barbosa live.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Advanced Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba City with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, starting with the homestand that begins on Labor Day, at that point, the A's with 25 games left in the season and a chance to impact the race in the American League with 16 of those against teams battling for a chance. 7 with the Mariners, 3 against the Astros, 3 with the Cubs, and 3 against the Yankees that final weekend for the A's at home in Oakland.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay to store bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rate supply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Fran!
Let's go!
Sactown Sports. Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Can the NFL season really be kicking off tomorrow?
Yes, let's go. Let's get it in.
We'll get back to the NFL in just a moment. First, our thanks to Mitch Richmond for being with us. Really very diplomatic answer, as I said, to the question about Anthony Edwards. What about this guy that says players in your area had no skill? It's like, oh, it's disappointing.
Right.
Disappointing that someone would have that little respect for us. But it's funny, too, because Rasheed Wallace, he took the opposite approach. Rasheed Wallace just said, Anthony Edwards is not as good as Derek McKee.
I love it. I love it. That's my guy, She trolling.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
So thank you, Jay, for having setting that up with Mitch. Then tomorrow, two more guys that finished well inside the top 40. Jason Thompson and Lionel Simmons are going to be
L-Train, baby.
Excited about that.
I'm super excited. I grew up watching L-Train. I was a fan of his, the pride of LaSalle, 5 to 10 minutes from where I grew up. And so he was a big deal for us in the city of Philadelphia. So, yeah, I can't wait to talk to L-Train.
Yeah. So some of these guys, Jay, you think they're kind of flattered? They're honored that they're on this list?
You know, I haven't really gotten too deep with too many of them. I've reached out to a few more guys, and we'll add them and we'll sprinkle them through the next couple of weeks. I don't know. That's a good question because I haven't.
I thought you said Bano was.
Well, yeah, Bano was, but beside him, most people are like, yeah, love to come on, have a discussion about it. You know, I haven't gotten a long
I know it's not that big of a deal for them, but looking forward to that.
Yeah,
so
that's good stuff.
Must mean something because they're all so willing to come on.
Yeah. Mitch Richmond. I mean, we had number 2 on our list.
Yeah.
Come on already. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, my goal, and I said I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to say it like this.
Say it.
I would like to get a high percentage of all these, like the top 40.
Yeah. Okay.
At first, I was like, man, if I could get every single person beside the ones who aren't with us, like Tizzy, but beyond that, I was like, I'm going to try to get everybody.
Yeah.
Then I was like, man, it's going to take me all year to try to get everybody. I'm going to at least try to get 50%.
50%?
That's my goal.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
my goal.
All right. I think you could do it.
You get 50 easy.
Yeah.
You go 75.
Yeah. No, he raising the bar.
There you go.
He's raising the bar.
I know Jay. I know what he's capable of.
Right.
50 for him. It's nothing.
Dude, he tracked down L-Train. That's massive, dude.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. And coming up 4:00, we'll take a look at how the listener voting is going. Looking forward to that. All right. We're also looking forward, of course, to the kickoff of the NFL season. How optimistic are you about your team? Interesting piece in The Athletic today. The hope-o-meter or hope-ometer. So they look at the fan bases based on their surveys here in terms of how optimistic they are. The most optimistic fan base, according to this, 98.8% optimism from fans of the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions.
They should be optimistic coming off a great season. Yeah. I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah. Number 2, 98.7% optimism, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
The Chiefs win this year. Are they the greatest team ever? 3 straight Super Bowls have never been done.
What did Pittsburgh have? 4 and 5? 4 and 6? Pittsburgh in the 70s, Steelers, I think 4 and 5. Yeah.
It's weird because it's almost like this year's team is going to be probably different from last year's team.
Right.
You know, there's so much turnover now, but 3 in a row.
But 3 in a row, been 4 out of 5.
The 3
too,
never
right?
been done.
Is it 4 out of 5? If it would, I got to go back. I got it right here.
Not quite, because there was, they lost to Tampa Bay, and then the Rams beat the Bengals in there.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2. They lost to Tampa. So 4 out of 6, though.
If
4
they
out
win.
of 6 if they win.
And 3 in a row.
That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive.
Let's see here. 3, the Chicago Bears. Are these people delusional? These optimistic Bears fans?
I mean, they've been so bad. They finally, in their eyes, got a quarterback. They got some talent. They should be optimistic. But optimistic for them is what? 10 wins? You know what I mean? And so things are turning for them.
Here's a pessimistic Bears fan by the name of Matt. He says, every instance of optimism in the Bears has ended in despair. I want to believe that this team finally has the pieces to avoid failure on the field, but this is still the Chicago Bears. This may be overly pessimistic, but that's usually a safe bet with this team. Number 4, Green Bay Packers. 49ers should be in here, right? Number 5.
Yeah.
Houston Texans,
Young quarterback,
96.4% optimism.
Yeah.
Number 6, 93.8% optimism. Cincinnati Bengals.
Joe Burrow back.
Number 7, 90.9% optimism. The Rams.
Yeah.
Number 8, look at that. The Philadelphia Eagles fan.
That's shocking because we're a pessimistic city usually. We're down on our teams usually. We're not going to,
Mhm.
But I think that the turnover with the coordinators, the draft picks, getting Saquon is a reason for optimism in Philly.
Optimist Joe says Saquon Barkley's going to rush for 2,000 yards and the defense will be better. Pessimist Mike says, I have no faith in Sirianni. I'm worried the offensive line will take a meaningful step back, and I'm concerned that Jalen Hurts has a ceiling in terms of his ability to elevate.
See, that's more like an Eagles fan right there. That sounds like an Eagles fan.
Still number 8.
Where's where they at?
Number 9, Jacksonville Jaguars.
They're optimistic.
89.5%.
Wow. Jeez. All right.
Number 10,
Gotta be
Atlanta
tonight.
Falcons.
Kirk Cousins to the rescue.
6.8%. Yeah. Optimist Cosmos says, all we needed last year was quarterback. Now we got 2.
Yeah.
Number 11 is the 49ers at only 85.9%. Now, I'll bet you that number would come up if they took it now because now that you've got the holdouts ended. But still, this speaks to a lot of angst and anxiety in 49er Faithfulville.
Am I missing that angst and anxiety and all that? Like, I feel like every year the Niner fans think, they're the best team ever, 17-0 Super Bowl. Like, am I misreading Niners fans? Like, maybe because I'm around you guys or so, especially you, Whitey.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jay's pretty measured. He roots with all his heart and soul for the Niners, but he sees things pretty clearly.
Yeah, I get it. Maybe it's the clowns on social media. You know what I mean? That I'm watching and following and hearing from and everything like that. Because it seems like the Niners, especially going into this season, Matt Barrow said it, best roster that he's had in the last 20-something years. Like it seems to me that Niners fans are cautiously optimistic. Like they're optimistic, but they aren't, voicing it that much. They're, let's see it play out kind of thing.
You just get to the point where it's like a, Cubs fan used to be, or the Red Sox, where you get conditioned to the failure, Pessimist Sam
says, are we there already?
Well, I don't think so, but it's on the horizon.
I got you.
Is one pessimist says, it might be my inherent pessimism, but I just think we will fall short again at the end of the season before Purdy's contract inevitably destroys the roster for the near future.
Oh, that's a realist right there, huh? I ain't no pessimist. That's a realist. No,
they're going to lose and everything's going to
everything. Yeah. Blame it on Purdy's contract too, right?
I guess 85.9 isn't bad, but
11th. Yeah.
They should be top 5. You got the Chargers, 12, Ravens, they should be higher.
Yeah.
Seahawks,
right.
Tampa Bay. And you notice there's a team that's supposed to be all about winning championships that we haven't mentioned yet. 16 is Denver.
Who am I missing?
Where are the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, yeah.
Washington at 17.
Where the Cowboys at? Washington's more
18,
optimistic.
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
19, the Jets.
Got their boy Aaron Rodgers back.
Optimistic fan bases, according to The Athletic. Number 20, Arizona Cardinals. 21, the Colts. 22, the stinking Titans.
What?
23, Buffalo. 24, Minnesota. And we're down to 41.7%.
Oh, my
optimism
gosh.
now. 25, Pittsburgh Steelers. 26, Raiders.
Nah, come on.
27,
come
Carolina.
On, Whitey. Come
28, Cleveland.
No way.
29, New England.
New England's more optimistic than Dallas.
Dallas Cowboys.
New England
19.9%.
What? Cowboys fans are broken right now. They're beaten down.
Mm-hmm.
They finally come to their senses and are realists. Like, you know what? Every year we talk about this is the year. This is the year. They're finally defeated, Whitey. That's what's happening here.
Why are Cowboy fans so pessimistic? We're back with that on Sactown Sports.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel. Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Recently, I was at the dealership, and I had to get a look at their Sprinter vans up close and personal. And boy, was I blown away. One of the first things I noticed was the Mercedes star in the front. So you know it's made with the same premium quality Mercedes-Benz is known for. Plus, their Sprinter vans are fully customizable. So if you want to use it for your business, maybe you want to go on a camping trip, or even hauling your kids and their teammates to sporting events around town, they can set it up for you. From vans to box trucks to RVs to even limos, it's a one-stop shop. Don't believe me? Well, go see for yourself. Give the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van a test drive at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You won't be disappointed. It's just a short drive down I-5 off of 8 Mile Road, or anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com. And while you're there, tell them your boy Drape sent you.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Before we get back to the NFL, can I just say something right now? One of the must-see deals in sports is the Oakland A's in the 9th inning. The A's with another walk-off win last night. Their second in a row. Langoliers with the home run.
Give them some
Labor
love,
Day
right?
to walk off the Mariners. They walked off the Mariners again last night in the 9th inning.
Yes, give them some love. They're clutch.
Yeah.
Right? They're finding ways to win. And this is, if you're a Sacramentan, this is, something to get excited about. Maybe going into it. Yeah, exactly. You started the season with them maybe being the laughing stock of the league. And, I'm okay with separating the business dealings and the stadium and arena, where they're going to go, from the guys actually performing day in and day out on the field. Mm-hmm. They're playing a hell of a season for them. I mean, a lot of young players on that team. They deserve the support right now and when they come to Sacramento next season.
Mm-hmm. So do you know yet, Jay, if you're going to go down to Oakland at all before they're
Jay, we doing this or what?
Yeah, I'm going down. I just haven't put the date together.
Dog, I told you the date.
But you might be right, Drake.
22nd. We got a date. Yeah. We got a big concert later that night. Go start with a day game,
Are we putting it together right now, or are we confirming it?
And it's a Yankees game, right?
It's a Yankee game.
Oh, come on, bro. We got,
We're there then.
That's done. That's done. That's already,
we're in the building.
Yes. You going, Whitey, or what? You went, nah, you going to come with us?
What day is it?
It's a Sunday, though. See, that's football Sunday, too. Yeah. Damn, yeah. I might already be backing out, Jay. Hold on a second. I might already be backing out. Let me, who the Niners got that week? I might be backing out, man.
He's already done.
Yeah.
I mean, with
that's
this
a rule. They got
White.
the Rams.
That's some kind of record.
Yeah, that was fast.
Quickest walk back out.
I don't need to watch that game. I'll record it. And watch it the next day.
We could watch the A's and that at the same time. It's probably a 1:30, right?
Yeah, 1:25.
Yeah, 1:30. So
yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm
What
there.
time the Eagles play? They probably got the early game.
Man, come on. Eagles prime time. You know, no, we probably got the early.
It might be on a bye.
Yeah.
Put them on a bye before everybody.
We
play the
Saints
Saints
TV this year.
We play the Saints at 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
So you got the early.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
So yeah, I could watch some Eagles, then watch some A's, and that's
I'm
a
going to
great
the Giants
Sunday.
game the week before that. I don't think I want to.
What?
Yeah, Giants Padres on the 15th.
Come on, man.
Watch the pods.
Yeah,
That boy.
All right,
yeah.
okay.
So
I know you ain't going for the Giants.
Probably not, Jay.
Okay.
Probably not.
Probably not.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Ted's been hanging on. Let's see what's up with
All
Ted
right.
on Sactown Sports. Hey, Ted. How you doing?
How's it going, guys?
Good. What's up, man?
What can we do for you?
So, all right, I lost my train of thought because Kyle, if you're from Chicago, why are you an Eagles fan?
Man, who are you talking about? Who's this guy? I'm from Philly through and through.
Yeah, he's a Philly
72nd and
guy.
Ogons, baby. Come on, man. Just do a Google
said-
search, big fella.
I thought you said LaSalle. I thought you said because he went to LaSalle. I thought LaSalle was in Chicago.
Nah, it's in Philly, man. Come on now. Explorer's Den,
All right.
on campus there. Come on now.
You let him go?
Man, what am I thinking?
Yeah. You got anything else? Because you're about to get cut. You got anything else?
So here's my funny part, because that was funny because I was so wrong.
All right.
But I met LaSalle. I met Simmons at the old Zebra Club when he was drafted by us his rookie year, and he kept going to the basket and getting his shot blocked. I don't know if Whitey remembers that, but Sacramento Kings fans will remember Lionel Simmons' rookie year. He kept, because he was the highest scoring guy coming out of LaSalle, and everyone had high hopes for him. And he kept going to the rack and getting his shot blocked. And so I saw him there, and I saw Pete Chilcutt, who I was trying to tell you a funny story about, at the Zebra Club. I don't know if you guys know the Zebra Club, but it's an old, Anyway, I told him to stop driving to the hoop and stop and pop. And he tried it in the next game, and it worked out for like one game, and then it didn't work anymore. But I told Pete Chilcutt there was a video game called Tecmo Basketball, and it's not as good as the Tecmo football game, but Tecmo Basketball. And I said, dude, for some reason, there's a glitch in the game, and no matter what, you're draining like 90% on three-pointers, and it's unbelievable. And Chilcutt was like, I think he had a few, so he kind of blew me off. And so anyway, it ended up being like a big thing. If you go to like YouTube or whatever and look it up, just look up Pete Chilcutt and Tecmo Basketball. And he tells the story, but he doesn't talk about me because he probably doesn't remember talking to me because I told him about it years before he actually knew about it. But it's a funny story. Look it up. Pete Chilcutt's one of the best basketball players on that video game. And unfortunately, his career didn't follow suit.
Thank you. That's Ted, everybody. Yeah. You didn't enjoy Ted's little
he done? He done?
Pete Chilcutt story?
That's crazy, man.
No wonder Pete didn't remember of it and everything, dude. This guy's not memorable. That was a horrible call. That was terrible. I mean, no offense. Like, I'm
It
not
got better. It got better from when LaSalle in Chicago.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
Man, this is bad. He tried to burn me, right? He tried to hit me. Drapes, if you're from Chicago, how are you an Eagle? Man, be quiet. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He got to be embarrassed. He got to be listening right now thinking, I messed that up.
Who cares?
Hopefully he didn't have his kids with him.
Who cares?
His son was probably right there. Yeah, Dad, call him up. Call him up. You make a great point. This dude struck out big time. That was terrible.
We'll when we have L Train on, we'll ask him about that. Right? You can ask him.
If he remembers that, right?
Yeah. You cold blood. Y'all cold blood.
Man, that dude's cold blood. Like, it's too early to be that sauced up calling into a radio show. Come on, Ted.
Wow. Let's see.
4 thumbs down.
Back to the athletic poll here. The fan hopeometer or hopometer.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about this last break. Dallas Cowboys at number 30, the 30th most optimistic fan base in the NFL at 19.9%. Only two teams with a lower rate for fan optimism. The New York Giants at 31 and the New Orleans Saints The Cowboys fans are almost the most pessimistic fans in the NFL. How can that be? It's the Dallas freaking Cowboys.
I told you they're broken. They
I think
are.
you're right.
They are defeated right now. They know their quarterback might be done after this year. Dak might go elsewhere. Their coach might be fired. They have no running game. And so, I can see, that like the quote unquote America's team, the star, whatever you want to say, they're not good. They're not, a Super Bowl contender right now.
Here's what one fan says. It's generally tough to be optimistic as a Cowboy fan, given what we've dealt with over the last 30 years. But this year, we clearly did not get any better and likely got worse. There have been plenty of contract distractions leading up to the season. Even if that gets sorted, it's hard to imagine a world in which they make any noise. Plus, the NFC East title curse is working against them this year.
What is the curse?
So when you win the division, you
don't
next year.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I guess that happened to the Eagles 2 years ago.
Yeah. You win the division, bad things befall you.
That's the pessimistic.
Yes.
Is there an optimistic
There's
view?
one. Eric says Dak Prescott will play lights out in a contract year.
All right,
Mike
Jerry
Zimmer
Jones.
seems to have found a way to get the best out of Micah Parsons.
Oh, my God.
But the rest of it is pessimism. As long as the Jones family is in charge, the team is toxic, and there is no hope.
Jeez.
Any chatter about the team is pointless. I wish it would all stop.
I mean, you got to think. You got to think Jerry Jones. There's like some curse or something. Like the curse of Jimmy Johnson or something, like the way he bounced. And I know they won.
He's just very stubborn and doesn't realize he's the reason.
Right. And the thing, I wonder if the fan base is like tired of him now, too. It's like, dude, you got your radio show, radio appearance. You hold a press conference after every game. It's like, come on, man. Let the players, let the football people handle it. And here's the thing about the Cowboys. You guys know, I used to be a Cowboys fan way, way back. Tony Dorsett was my guy back in the day. But it's come a point now where they're almost irrelevant. I compare them to the Niners a little bit, but at least the Niners been to the Super Bowl.
But they get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's when they just disappear. You know? Because they've won 12 or more 3 years in a row.
Right,
But
right.
then it's now when the
When the
season
bright
starts,
lights,
that's when it's like,
do or die.
Yeah.
They turtle.
Yeah.
And they've had good teams, great players. Like when Dak was there and Ezekiel Elliott was at you had great receivers, but the bright lights and just being the Cowboys, the spotlight that's on them, it's too much for some guys.
How many other general managers would have kept their job as long as Jerry Jones has kept his job as general manager of the Cowboys? Nobody, right?
Yeah.
Nobody. You don't. Because of the repeated failures, even though there's some success, nobody would last that long. But since he's the owner.
Right.
So that's the problem.
He got the job for life. Yeah.
It's so clear what the issue is, and it's just as clear why it'll never be resolved as long as he's around.
But do you think it's because of a lack of talent, or is it the coaching decisions, hires that have been bad?
I don't know that it's lack of talent, but it's roster construction and the coaches. He's hired some dubious.
Yeah, I think it's the coaches, because I think on paper, talent-wise, they've been good enough.
Yeah.
To at least get to an NFC championship game. I mean, they're coming up short every year in the playoffs. And the regular season, when you look at it, Whitey, to your point, they're winning 12 games. So it's not like they're a fluke or anything like that. It's just when they get to the biggest of games, and I blame it a lot on the coaching, whether it's being conservative, turtling, whatever you want to call it, that's where they come up short. They should have went after Bill Belichick. They really should have.
I think it's interesting that they did nothing even after getting destroyed by Green Bay last year. That was a moment where it's like, all right, something's wrong.
up. Yeah,
something's busted. You got to fix it. And
we
instead,
talk about heads rolling here.
We're good, but boy, you better play well this year. It's too late.
Well, and that's the thing about Jerry Jones that we're seeing. He's sort of the anti-Belichick, meaning Belichick would always get rid of a player or something a year too soon than a year too late. Jason Garrett, he hung on to him too long. Mike McCarthy, It might be a similar situation where he hangs on to him too long. And then you're going to have another coach come in. And meanwhile, you're wasting Dak's prime right now. And so to your point, it's Jerry Jones, the GM / owner, I guess you could say, that's holding them back right now.
Yeah, what's holding up the deal with Dak? We'll look at that when we come back. Also, could the 49ers actually have their hands full this Monday? It's next on Sactown Sports.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's got to be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
They say the hardest part of getting something done is getting started. Well, we did that 30 years ago when California first took on the tobacco industry. Now, smoking is down 60%, lung cancer 42%. A couple of our cities have already ended tobacco sales. A California without big tobacco isn't just possible, it's already happening. See our progress at undo.org.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2. What was I thinking? And he's bringing some friends. Harmony. I want to close your eyes for this. Tyler Rich. Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
What you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. Don't say that. Shut your trap. I'm sipping.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Drapes, paddleboarding enthusiasts here. Do you have any new paddleboarding stories on the text line?
Nah, I got to get out there. It's still nice weather and everything. I got to get out. Probably this week sometime, maybe this weekend or something like that. Yeah, I'll get back out there. You know, my last paddleboarding experience didn't go so well.
Really?
Remember, I didn't stand up. I was too scared. Like, I sat the whole time. Dude, I'm not good at paddleboarding. Bro.
You said you were a paddleboarder.
I mean, I'd use that term loosely. You know what I mean? I like to imagine myself, but I'm so afraid of falling in that I don't stand up.
Oh, what's a stand-up paddleboard, right?
Yeah. I almost died in Lake Tahoe, bro. Like, there's some PTSD there. 6 a.m.
What do you mean you almost died?
Bro, I told you had to have been here for this story. I'm out at Tahoe by myself on the lake, 6:30 a.m.
Yeah.
I get out, and I stand up and I fall in.
Okay.
And my board goes, or my oar goes, and I'm like, and the board also, I didn't have it attached. And so I got the life vest, but I'm like, oh, shoot. I'm struggling here. Like, I'm in the middle. It's freezing. It's cold in the water and everything. I got a little whistle on my life vest. So I thought about blowing the whistle, but I knew nobody was around, so they couldn't hear me. And so I'm like, damn, this might be how I die out here. Like, because it's a little panic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like a little shock at first. When you go in, you're like, you're trying to figure it out. And I'm like, damn, Drapes, 48 great years. You had a good run, hell of a run. Then I snapped myself out of it. I'm like, no, this ain't going to be it. And so I swam over to the board and, pulled myself up. But like literally, and so ever since then, I mean, I was never good, but I'm afraid, man.
Oh, I see.
Literally,
so trauma of falling in.
Yeah, I am. And there was one time, my very first time I did it. This was back in Massachusetts, little water park, and they got, it's like a man-made pond or whatever. And I did it, and the kids, they were just zooming around me, and I fell in front of everybody. Whitey, this is 5 or 6 years ago. Kids are like, Dad, you remember that time you fell in the water? And so it's in my mind now, big fella. It's in my mind.
But you said you weren't connected to your board, right? That when you fell in.
Yeah.
So just connect your board and you should be good, right?
No, but I still fell in. I don't want to fall in. I don't want to fall in, big fella. Like, I'm embarrassed and nervous to fall in.
Oh, embarrassed.
You gotta understand. Hold up. See it, Whitey, don't get it twisted. I'm Drapes. I'm the Kings play-by-play. Like, I gotta rep you. Like, I don't want to go viral or anything like that, So
yeah,
it was kind of
All right. You're gonna end up viral sitting on the paddleboard. Yeah. That's where you're gonna be viral.
Yeah, I got
Look
like 6 years old doing circles around me. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm gonna get out there again soon, though.
By the way, get your tickets for the Marysville Stampede September 14th and 15th at marysvillestampede.com. All right, so you have no paddleboarding stories. I'm sure we'll hear them when you do.
Nah.
By the way, we heard from Ted, and Ted's like, "Hey, come on, I'm still listening."
What are you on the YouTube chat? Waiting.
Philly sucks. That's why we beat you in the Super Bowl.
You see,
call back.
You know what that is,
Ted. It's all good.
You know what that is. We are the reason Dick Vermeil was famous for crying, Kyle. You know what that is. When you're embarrassed, you're losing.
Yeah.
You had the worst call of the day, so you're like, let me throw some insults Drape's way. That'll make me feel that.
Definitely heard worse calls. Definitely heard worse.
Just
calls
not today. Just not today. Right?
We haven't had that many calls today. Let's see what we get with Walter. What the heck?
Walter.
Roll the dice on Walter. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. What's up, Walter?
Hey, what's up, fellas? What's up, Whitey? What's up, Drake?
Yo, what's up, big guy?
Hey, okay, so this is my problem. I'm a Cowboys fan. I've been a Cowboys fan since I was a kid.
Damn.
I've been through the good, through the bad, and y'all nailed it right on the head. Our problem is Jerry Jones will not hire a GM.
Yeah.
He is not a GM.
Right.
And Drapes, you hit right on that, too. He keeps coaches too long. Garrett kept him way too long.
Yep.
What about Dak?
He needs to be gone.
Yeah, Walter, what if you were in charge of the negotiations? Would you get this deal done with Dak? Apparently, here's the holdup. As you may know, Dak wants more years, and the Cowboys feel like, we're not sure you're that good. We need to win the Super Bowl. We don't know if we want to commit to you long term. So what would Walter do?
I'm paying the man.
Yeah.
You got to give him his years, give him his money, because, well, we're going to throw him busted-ass fucking...
you got to get rid of him, Jay. You got to get it. Come on now.
Cowboy fans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're down right now. They're deflated.
Yeah. See, now in some ways, Ted's call was better than that. Better than Walter.
Well, that's what Ted said on the YouTube. He said, already worse than my call after he said Cowboys. So you're right, Ted. You're right, man. It only took the next call to make.
That was going to be a good call, and then he crossed the line.
Yeah, he messed up. Dang.
Felt some of that frustration. If you're running the Cowboys, Are you committing to Dak? This is according to what Jay sent us earlier today. The holdup there is Dak wants more years, and the Cowboys are like, I don't know if we like you that much to give you additional years.
I'm committing to Dak.
You're with Walter?
Yeah, I think Dak Prescott is phenomenal. I think Dak has, withstood all the heat, the pressure, and perform. He's an MVP candidate. You got way worse quarterbacks in the league.
They don't like his postseason record. I'm with you, by the way. But the Cowboys look at his postseason record and go,
all right, if not Dak, then who?
I'm with you.
If not Dak, then who? And I got his playoff record right here, Whitey. I pulled up some of the numbers here. So in 2016, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 300 a yard.
You play to win the game.
Hold on, big fella. And I'm a big completion percentage guy. 63%, 64% in his 2018 playoffs. 2021, you can give Dak some heat. You could give 53.5 completion percentage. That's not going to get it done. 2022, 68.6.
Is this the guy that always tells me not to look at the box score? Is that who I'm talking to now?
It's different, though. The box score and actually season overall stats are different, big fella.
All right.
Like, I'm looking at his playoff performances year after year after year. Has he been great? No. Is he the reason they lose? I don't think so. I think it's bigger fish to fry. Like, I think it's the coach. What has Mike McCarthy ever won? Well, he had Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
He had prime Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback. And so I just think Dak, it's hard to find an elite starting quarterback, and they have one in Dak Prescott.
Let me ask your opinion on this. Jay, I'd love your opinion if you have one. This is kind of out there, but what would Aaron Rodgers be right now if the 49ers had drafted him, in your opinion? They could have had Aaron Rodgers. They drafted Alex Smith.
Yep.
He ends up dropping. Green Bay gets him. He sits behind Favre. He ends up becoming Aaron Rodgers. He's a legend, whether you like him or not.
Yeah.
What do you think he would be right now if the 49ers had drafted him? Ooh. Mike McCarthy he was the coordinator then.
Yeah. I think he'd have a more esteemed career when it came to winning. Like, I think he would have won a few more. Right? Yeah, I think he'd have a Super Bowl or two.
I think they would have ruined him.
The Niners?
The Niners would have won.
Yeah.
Is that what they do to quarterbacks?
Because Mike Nolan and Mike McCarthy, and they didn't really do a great, poor Alex Smith. They played him when he was hurt.
Yeah, but Alex Smith didn't do them no justice either, though. Like, I think Aaron is the type of person, despite no matter if you like him or not, like you said, he's a legend in his own right.
Yeah.
And it showed. Like, he had more capability than Alex Smith ever had. He had a way better arm, a better thought process. I think he was just by leaps and bounds, a better player than Alex Smith. And, you can make guys look a little bit better. I just think his talent would have outweighed some of those coaches. And I think some of those coaches wouldn't even have fit Aaron Rodgers' scheme. And I think they would have got rid of them just like they did with Alex Smith.
I suspect he may have bristled. He bristles under every coach.
True.
And those coaches, McCarthy went on to win the Super Bowl, and Aaron Rodgers still didn't like him. Mike Nolan, I don't believe has coached anywhere else since the 49ers.
Yeah, I don't know where
he's been a coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah. A pretty good one.
Yeah.
But I'll bet you Aaron Rodgers would have just, I don't know.
Really? You don't think he would have done anything?
I think it would have been a bad situation.
Wow.
Really? Damn. It's hard to believe because you look at the Niners' struggles, a lot of it can be tied to the quarterback position.
Yeah, but remember now, we're going way back.
You're going way
Harbaugh.
Yeah, you're going way, way.
Yeah.
So he would have been ruined right from the jump.
That would be my guess. Who knows? Maybe you're right.
Okay.
He's that good where he could have overcome that. And I also wonder why he dropped so far. Do you think maybe he dropped as far as he did because even then teams knew this guy's a little different? I mean, I don't know.
But he didn't show that until.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah. Maybe when they did some digging,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll take a quick timeout, come back and talk about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Are the 49ers in trouble Monday?
Big time matchup.
They're not, are they?
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait
back
and
to
see.
the phones too. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140 to Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed. Limited time. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Hello?
Hey, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. Did you know we've got you fully covered?
I've taken up beekeeping. I'm always covered.
I'm talking the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage at up to half the cost.
Same honey, half the work?
Exactly.
Sweet.
Just call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, "How you doing, Tom?" I go, "Hey, I'm not your fucking stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not."
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to the venue at Thunder Valley September 5th. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, starting with the homestand that begins on Labor Day, at that point, the A's with 25 games left in the season and a chance to impact the race in the American League with 16 of those against teams battling for a chance. 7 with the Mariners, 3 against the Astros, 3 with the Cubs, and 3 against the Yankees that final weekend for the A's at home in Oakland.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver that includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
A new Honda? Nice. Well, it was like this. It was a super hot day, so we all stopped for some ice cream. When bam, the AC went out. My dad started sweating and was all, "Man, I stink." And my brother was like, "I hate this car." And my mom was all, "I'm dying in here." Then I said, "It's time to call Stockton Honda." Then Dad was like, "Honey, you're right. I knew you were my favorite." And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue. StocktonHonda.com.
Your new home for 49ers football in the 916, Sactown Sports.
Little confession to make here. I know I've been bad-mouthing the Jets and Aaron Rodgers for weeks, for months here as we get ready for the opener Monday night. You can hear that here on Sactown Sports. But the more I think about it, the more I look at it, there's a chance the Jets are going to be a good team this year. There's a chance the 49ers are going to have their hands full on Monday night.
You think so?
There's a chance. Yeah. Well, look at this from, again, I know I quote The Athletic a lot, but they have a survey here of NFL executives, and the executives are picking what they think will happen in the AFC. Chiefs 1, Ravens 2, Bengals 3rd, Texans 4th, Bills 5, Jets 6th. And what these executives say is there's a lot of variance with the Jets. In other words, they could be better than that. They have the talent. If the offensive line holds up, if Aaron Rodgers holds up, a lot of people who follow this, for a living think that the Jets have a chance to be a legitimate contender in the AFC this year. I don't see it. I don't want to see it. But I think, me thinking that Monday night's a virtual homecoming for the 49ers might be a little overly optimistic.
Yeah, maybe. So you think it's going to be a tough game? You think it's going to be a tough game?
It might be.
I think the Jets, the emotion of Aaron Rodgers being back, they're a talented team. You can't argue that. They got weapons on the offense, and their defense is pretty damn good. And so I get that. But I just can't. I can't believe in Aaron Rodgers. I don't know, man. That's just me.
You mean because he missed a year, or
I just don't like the guy.
I don't either.
I admit. See, I admit it. There's some bias there. There's bias when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. But let me say this: they did finish 7-10 last year, Whitey, with no Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers is good for at least 3 wins, right?
Maybe.
So maybe 10-7.
Yeah.
And I look at their division. This is a little tough. The Patriots are going to be out of it, but Miami's a tough team. Buffalo's a tough team. You got to play those 2 teams 4 times. And so they'll probably split. And so, 10-7, 9-8, that's about right. As for this game, Rodgers hasn't played in the preseason. Is he going to have to knock off some rust? May he not be as sharp as midseason form or something like that?
Do you know Leonard Floyd faced? He was on the Bills last year, right?
Yeah.
When they played Aaron Rodgers on that opening Monday night game. Yeah. And he was the one who sacked Aaron Rodgers when he snapped his Achilles. And Leonard Floyd says he got death threats.
Right.
Jets fans.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't
do anything wrong. I'm just doing my job. I'm playing football. But it's crazy that now he faces him again on an opening night.
And I think that could be the key matchup. The Jets have tried to improve their offensive line, but if there's a real apparent mismatch there in that game between units, it would be the 49ers front, which needs to get after it more than they did last year,
right,
against the Jets offensive line that has been a question mark.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see Leonard Floyd first year with the Sanford. How much, is he a 10-sack guy? Is he a 12-sack guy, or is he a 3 or 4-sack guy? Like, on paper, it's an improvement. But, I look at the Niners defensive line, and I said this the other day. I think there's some question marks, meaning I think they have to prove a few things to me. Last year was supposed to be a vaunted defensive line. They brought in a number of different players.
Defense was really disappointing last year.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not fair to blame it all on Steve Wilkes.
No, he was the fall guy, though, right? He was the fall guy. And so I think the Niners, the defensive line, has some question marks to answer this season. Sure, they got some names at Floyd and Bosa and Hargrave. We understand that. But, let's see if they can actually get after the quarterback. And like you always bring up, stop the run, too.
Yeah.
Breece Hall this week, hey, you got to deal with him. We talking so much about Aaron Rodgers. They got a solid running back, too, back there.
They're going to be better this year. The 49ers, that's where the improvement has to come from. They have to be a team that you really feel defensively.
Yeah.
It's not just, we got to stop their offense. Teams have to be worried about their pass rush. How about this from Matt Barrows this year at camp? What he's seen from the 49ers, Leonard Floyd more relentless than flashy. We didn't see Floyd win any one-on-one matchups against the team's offensive tackles. Is it cause for alarm? He says probably not.
Read that first part again.
We didn't see Leonard Floyd win any.
Oh, was that the headline
matchups.
You read?
Leonard Floyd more relentless than flashy so far in camp.
I think they need relentless, though. I think that's a good, I understand it's not flashy, he's not getting the sacks and all that.
Yeah.
But
his game is built on relentlessness and vision, which he combines to get a lot of cleanup style sacks like the one he had against the Raiders in the preseason.
I think that's exactly what they need. They need somebody that's relentless, getting after it. It's not just going to be, a guy that's going to get you 18, 19 sacks and just blow through. Like, you got to keep coming. I like Leonard Floyd being hungry and relentless like that.
What do you think TC thinks of the game coming up? You want to find out?
Yeah, I would love that.
It's time for
Heads might roll
with TC. Hey, TC. You're on with the drive, guys. What's up?
What's up, TC?
Man, Mike check, man. Drake, Whitey, Jay in the back. What's going on?
What's up with you, man?
Oh, man, just vibing. Look, check it out, man. Listen, hey, we're going to keep it short and sweet today. Look, hey, I am kind of nervous about this Jets game, man. For one, because I got my boy Robert Sala over there, and I got mad respect for him. We already know what Kyle want to do, bro, every play. So we can't just keep overlooking the Jets. And if Aaron Rodgers having one of them days, bro, it could get funky for the Niners. Period, point blank, man. So I'm going to respect Robert on that note. Seriously. I really don't got too much of the Kings talk right now because at the same time, the boys going to be back in the gym.
Yeah.
Ain't too much to talk about. I think we're going to be a sleeper. Like I told y'all before, bro, I got us going to the Western Conference.
I like that. I'm with you, TC. How many games we winning?
53.
Woo. 53.
That's the
Okay.
highest I think I've heard.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And how many wins for the 49ers this year, TC?
I didn't. What'd you say, Whitey, the Niners?
Yeah, how many wins for the Niners?
I'm going to be honest with you. I get the Niners 13 wins.
Dang!
Hey, I give them 13. Listen. Don't get too excited, though, right? I give them 13 wins, and they got to win it all, bro. And if they don't win it all, I'm telling you, heads is going to roll. I'm not going to be doom and gloom, but I'm going to be honest. Don't get excited about that 13 wins. Because if we don't win it, what are we doing it for, bro? Period, point blank. So, season's on.
Okay.
NBA got their money. They stood on business. I already told y'all about that. I'm not going to repeat myself on that note. But at the same time, 13 wins is 13 wins. But they got to win it all, man, to make it, to make it stick. That's all I got. Mic check, Jay. Thank you.
All right, TC. A little subdued TC today.
13.
13
Don't get too
wins.
excited about it.
Dude, 13's a lot.
It's not about that. It's not like a Dallas Cowboys season
Right.
where you win 12 and then
Hey, Niners ain't about regular season wins. They should be past that, above that right now.
Mhm.
It's all about what you're doing in the postseason.
Mm-hmm. Here's what one NFL executive says about the Jets, by the way. And TC, also a little concerned about the Jets. The main question mark is, did they do enough up front on the offensive line? And then just so much pressure on them overall on offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
How do they do under the pressure cooker of New York with some really good teams in that division?
All right. That's legitimate, right? It's, and 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, you got to protect him. And so that was always the knock on the Jets in recent years, the offensive line. Have they improved that much? I don't know. And so I think, to me, that's their biggest weakness. Like, I love the defense. I think the defense is really strong. I like their skill position players as well. As much as I don't like Aaron Rodgers, from a quarterback standpoint, he's legit. And so can you keep him upright? That's the question.
Yeah. Jay, easy win for the Niners Monday?
Nah, nothing's easy in the NFL. But
See, I thought this was going to be one where Jay's going to go, oh, yeah.
yeah, but I don't think it's going to be as close as what
Home
people think.
opener at home? Come on, Jay.
Give me double-digit wins. I mean, double-digit points.
Really?
10 plus. Yeah.
All right.
I think they shake it loose. But nothing's ever easy
Like
because
a close game for a while and then.
it's a close game in the beginning, 0-0. But I think Aaron Rodgers will have a flash touchdown somewhere in between there. You got a couple, a few guys really bouncing back from injury for the 49ers. And I know we'll get into it next couple of days, but I think they win by 10 or more, though. Okay. It's going to, unfortunately, the Tricky Ricky P situation, that's gonna propel the 49ers for sure this week.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
I think, yeah, because I think you said it, Drapes, he's gonna be on the sideline because he's already in the weight room. So we know he's gonna be on the sideline and he's gonna be walking down, down the carpet, like you said, with the boombox or something. 49ers gonna be fired up.
Yeah.
You can believe they're gonna be fired up.
Provide that emotional, spiritual focal point that they need.
And unlike Drapes, no disrespect, Drapes, we might ride the paddleboard all year, baby.
Oh, man, come on now.
We might ride the board all the way to the bowl, baby.
Dude, you know what? I need a paddleboard class, a paddleboard group. You know what I mean? Because I got to get out there.
I ain't got that one for you, dog.
You ain't got that? I know. You set me up with Lem. Dude, I'm still waiting on the food at home plan, meal delivery service.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'll get that to you. I'll get that to you.
Yeah.
We're going to come back and take a look at the Kings top 40 for 40, and we'll check how the fan vote is going. Last time I checked, the fans had a player in the top 10 that the panel did not.
Yeah.
We'll check on that next on Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Where do you go when you need someone to represent you? For me, you want someone that is local and that you can actually get to and talk with. There are plenty of big branded lawyers out there with the name, but you never get to talk to them. So go to saclegaldefense.com and connect with the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. He's local, he'll represent you, and he'll have your back. Whether it's expungements, wrongful termination, when you're in a spot when you need legal help, call the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at 916-304-9187.
Hey, this is Greg Pop-Up. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Hi, this is Congressman Kevin Kiley. We live in the greatest congressional district in America. From the Gold Country to the High Sierra, we are blessed with unmatched beauty and natural resources. But issues like sky-high gas and food prices and rising crime make life hard for too many. I'm working across party lines to pass common sense legislation that will make life better, safer, and more affordable. If you're a veteran or senior trying to get help with your benefits, or having any other issues with the federal government bureaucracy, call my office toll-free at 1-888-406-3855. Over the last 18 months, we've helped resolve thousands of cases of all types and returned over $7 million to constituents. This is Congressman Kevin Kiley. You can visit my website at kiley.house.gov to learn more. We are here to serve you. Thank you for listening. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
As a mom, I'd do anything to keep my child out of physical pain.
Dr. Pamela Maida is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon.
As a doctor, I know that growth spurts can cause pain in my child's feet, and that can affect their legs and back too.
Good Feet Youth Arch Supports are designed to alleviate, even eliminate common pain.
Investing in youth arch supports for your child or team is one of the best decisions you can make.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
We had Mitch Richmond on at 2:30 today talking about his spot on the Kings top 40 list as established by our panel. The number 2 ranked player in 40 years of Kings basketball. Mitch said he was okay with that as long as Kyle Draper wasn't the number 1 ranked player.
Oh, that's a good one, Mitch.
Yeah.
That's a good. I probably would have been, if I did play 41, maybe just on the outside.
Honorable mention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Thornton?
Yeah, Marcus Thornton. I'm telling you, some of these guys got votes, and I'm like, who the hell voted for them? Like, why couldn't Drapes get one? You know? Whitey wanted to vote DeMar DeRozan, dude ain't even played a game yet. Come on, man.
All right, who of the guys that we know only got 1 vote, who really stood out to you? I know I have that here somewhere. I was talking about that earlier. Yogi Stewart, Jordan Ford, Kenny Thomas, Purvis Ellison, Ronnie Price, Garrett Temple, Chuck Hayes, Zach Randolph, Marvin Bagley.
Who voted for
Bobby Hurley, Billy Owens, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Jimmy Jackson, Matt Barnes, Katino Mobley, Gerald Wallace, Darius Sangaila.
Ooh.
Those are the 1 vote guys.
Maybe Bobby Hurley. You know, Chuck Hayes. You know, why did Chuck, that's my guy, but why did he get a vote? Like, we made fun of High Flyer and Purvis and everything. All right, once he gave us the reasoning,
I'm with you.
I see.
Nah, I'm not standing for that.
You're not standing. Why not,
I
Jay?
would not have voted that way, but at least it's not as, it's not like he thought, no, he was really good.
Right. It was a number 1 overall pick. Well, if that's the case, then, Jay, you got to talk to Mr. Sign Lady and Sign Man, Mr. Sign Lady, like Jordan Ford.
Sentimental value.
Yeah, and she said, I'm not apologizing.
Right.
For that.
That's her list. High Flyer going with the the Marvin Bagley thing.
I think you have apologized for that, haven't you?
What, Marvin
Haven't you
Bagley?
literally said, I'm sorry.
Because because my reasoning initially not to go with him is because he represents one of our failures, basically, one of our missteps. And so anytime his name comes up, it's a negative feeling. It's a negative. This top 40 is supposed to be a celebration of Kings basketball. Marvin Bagley ain't a part of a celebration of Kings basketball. But then when I looked at the numbers, and I know he didn't play a whole lot of games, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I regret sort of outthinking myself when it came to Marvin Bagley.
You can go to SactownSports.com and rank the 40. It's the same 40 that our panel selected, but you can rank them any way you want. Right now, here are the current rankings according to our esteemed listeners and viewers. And you can change this. I think the voting goes up to Friday.
Yeah.
Right now, Chris Webber is leading. Peja is second. De'Aaron Fox is third. Mitch Richmond's fourth.
Oh, that's disrespect.
Come on.
Mitch Richmond, number 4.
Can we go vote?
What is it?
Sure.
Like a bunch of 12-year-olds voting or something like that? What the hell?
It's pretty close, but Peja is just barely ahead of Fox. But Mitch is 4th, Domas 5th, DeMarcus Cousins 6th, Mike Bibby 7, Vlade 8, Doug Christie 9, and Brad Miller has a 10th spot, whereas our panel had him 11th.
Brad Miller.
Yeah, so Reggie Theus is not in the top 10 according to listeners.
No Reggie. No. Where's my boy Eddie Johnson at?
It goes Jay Will 11, then Bobby Jackson, then Reggie Theus, Meta, Kmart, Malik, Tyreek Evans, Wayman Tisdale, Keegan Murray, Harrison Barnes, Otis Thorpe, Rudy Gay, Eddie Johnson.
Damn.
Disrespect the Tizzy in there too.
Right? I don't want to call out our listeners and fans, but dang, y'all got this one wrong.
Call them out to vote early and often. This could still change a great deal, depending on how many more people participate.
You know what's funny about it, fellas? We people are on social media giving us crap about our list. Our top. Oh, how can you? Then we tell the fans, all right, come up with your own list. And I'm looking at it sideways. I'm looking at it with a little side eye, like, really? Is that what you're saying?
So you don't think? Mitch should be higher. Obviously, is that what really stands out?
Where's DMC at again?
He is 1,
6?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
Yeah, that's a little low.
Current.
That's a little low. That's
We had him 5, right, or 4?
We had him 5, right?
Yeah.
He's 45 points behind Domas right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's 20 ahead of Mike Bibby.
All right. Bibby's what, 7?
On this list? Or
behind
6, 7.
DeMarcus?
Yeah.
And where's Jay Will? Because a lot of people think Jay Will,
he's 11th.
11.
The thing about Jay Will,
place.
fellas, he's probably one of the most overrated and one of the most underrated at the same time. Like, how do you properly put Jay Will and what he accomplished?
How you weight it. Do you weight it just on this is what he did on the floor, or do you weight it in terms of this is what he meant to the city and transforming the image of the team?
Yeah.
He's only 16 points out of the 10th spot. So Jay Will, the fans could end up with Jay Will as a top 10.
Mm-hmm. But now
which
my
I
boy
think he
Reggie
might like
is.
more than I guess where he ended up.
Yeah. Where'd he end up with us again?
15.
Ooh, that is kind of low. I think I had him at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of low.
And starting at 40, John Selmans is 40 right now, according to fans. Polonese 39, Francisco Garcia 38.
All right.
I didn't have him in there, and I'm okay with that. Danny Ainge, and then Jason Thompson.
Yeah. Okay. Spud Webb's on that list, though, right?
Yeah, I believe it's the same. It's the 40 that we picked, and you can just rearrange.
Is that how it was? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
If I allow people to put, we'd be getting Spencer Hawes, and we'd be getting too many jokes. So.
At least I didn't put Spencer Hawes on my list.
Know better.
Can I get credit for that at least?
No, because that's common sense. You knew better than that.
It's funny. I was up in Seattle, and guy brought up at the card store. It was like, Spencer Hawes.
Yeah.
We love him. And I'm like, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you, I'm like, we hate him. We're not a big fan of him. But what's crazy about, being up there in Seattle?
I gave Spencer Hawes a gift once.
Did you?
What was the gift?
He was
a lump of
he
coal
was on our show every week, and he was a big James Bond fan. And I gave him the original Ian Fleming James Bond in paperback from 1960, whatever. I gave him the whole set. My mom had that. She was giving away, and I gave it to Spencer Hawes.
Wow.
That was before things went sideways.
Dude, you giving out gifts to
nice
players.
fella.
Would you do that nowadays to players? Like,
I might if somebody was on our show. Yeah, if we had a regular guest.
We get Spencer Hawes all week.
I know, right? But I'm up in Seattle, fellas, and they're talking about expansion basketball and maybe a team. And I'm like, don't look at Sacramento, obviously. And they were like, yeah, we remember that. We were so excited. But what's interesting, there's a lot of parallels between what Seattle's going through, what we're going through, and what the Oakland A's are going through. Seattle lost their team to OKC, remember? But yet they were all about taking our team there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's interesting. Like, it's still a big topic up there when I talk to people. Fabulous arena up there. I forget the name of it.
Conservative Energy or something like that.
Something like that. Fabulous arena.
What'd you say?
It's like the Conservative Energy or something. I always, because I went and checked out a little a game or whatever there, and I was like, Waste Management, Conservative Energy, or something like that.
Climate Pledge.
Climate Pledge.
Same thing.
Yeah, but the NBA is going back there, fellas. It's going to happen. And
it's coming back.
It should.
And the people I talked to, though, just fans, they said, we want our own team. We don't want a team moving there. That we want our own team. And so I think they learned lessons from, their team getting ripped out, the flirtation with Sacramento. They don't want to go through that again.
I do remember when we thought the team would go to Seattle. I don't remember really resenting the people of Seattle, me personally, because they didn't, there was nothing that I'm sure they were excited, but it was Chris Hansen, right? Wasn't he the guy that he was going to buy the team? So, I mean, fans in Seattle, what are they supposed to do? This with the A's and Oakland.
Is it proximity that's an issue?
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Because, is Vegas, are Oakland A's fans mad at Las Vegas fans for?
Yeah, well,
or no, I don't know if I feel like there's more ire and hate towards Sacramento than actually Las Vegas.
I think it seems that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see they had a sign at one of the A's games over the weekend? I think they have sell. They had a sign there that said, "Vivek, repent." That was
Shut up.
That was
damn.
the sign said.
Oh, they doing that to my guy, huh? Oh, go in for a confession, huh? Repent. Like, take it back. Wow.
Yeah. But I know last year I was told that all the stories about the A's and the potential move last summer, they got a lot of attention on our website presumably because Kings fans relate to that so much.
Right. 100%. We've been through that. And that's, why, Oakland fans are saying, dude, y'all been through this. Why would you? It's tough, man.
Yeah.
Sports. Don't blame us. Blame ownership.
If you go back to 1984, I'm sure there weren't a lot of basketball fans in Kansas City that
That's true.
You go,
Yeah,
Sacramento.
go ahead, right.
Good for you.
Right. Did you see I posted bought my boy a Mike Bibby Vancouver Grizzlies jersey?
I didn't see that. Nice.
That's a classic. So yeah, I put that on social media on Instagram, and I got it while I was in Vancouver. I said, you know what, you got to get an authentic one.
Big Country Reeves ones.
Sharif, my boy Sharif. You know what's funny though? I saw a lot of Grizzlies jerseys still up there in Vancouver.
Huh?
Like it's still a thing up there. It's a beautiful city too.
Yeah.
NBA should never have moved.
Speaking of the NBA and moving, when we come right back, could the New Jersey Sixers be a thing? Why are people talking about that today? Next on Sactown Sports.
Malik Monk plays here.
Left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, how you doing, Tom? I go, hey, I'm not your fucking stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not.
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to the venue at Thunder Valley September 5th. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Hey, just real quickly, thanks to Chris the Mom. Yesterday, Chris the Mom had the text of the day, outright winner, wasn't even close. And then today, I won't read the whole thing, but she has some words of support for you, Drapes, with your paddleboarding exploits. Very nice.
Yeah, shout out to Chris the Mom. And she said, Kyle, your fear in PTSD is real and legitimate. You don't need to feel embarrassed about it. And it can stay with you forever. Not that you're going to try to battle your fears and try paddleboarding again, by the way. If you need to blow the whistle where you see people around or not, blow the dang whistle. You never know who might be around the corner. Yeah.
You might not be able to see them, but they might be able to hear you.
You know what's crazy? I'm also getting some Instagram messages and text and everything for people that are saying, paddleboard classes at, let me pull this one up. Somebody, Sacramento State Aquatic Center. 12 to 3. So I might have to call in sick one of those days to go do that. And our boy Campio says there's paddleboard classes at Folsom Lake.
Really?
Also, yeah. See, so it's something I might look into.
Does that, obviously that would help you, but does it also, how do I say this? You mentioned that, everyone knows who you are.
Yeah.
And if you're in a class, everyone knows who you are.
No, that's okay though.
Okay,
it's not like the adult in the kids swim class trying to learn swimming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Paddleboarding is different. That's an adult, I'll be with other adults. Great way to meet people too. Mm-hmm. You never know. And so I'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Are you going to be okay if the basketball team from the city that you're from ends up moving? Are you going to be okay if the Sixers move to New Jersey?
Zero chance. I mean, I don't even know who put this story out there. What you got for me?
What we have here is, let's see. Mayor speaking at it. Here, bottom line is the 76ers have been trying to get a new arena.
Yeah.
And apparently it hasn't been working out. New Jersey, and I think it's Camden, New Jersey, offering the Sixers a deal to build their proposed new arena and residential project in Camden. And the Sixers say, of course they say, we will take this seriously. We have the mayor of, I guess the mayor of Philadelphia, Sherelle Parker, talking about her priority to keep the Sixers in the city. Sixers have long said they want to build in Philly. But this week, significant incentives from New Jersey leaders changed the situation, according to this report.
I'm not worried at all. Let me school everybody on the New Jersey Philly dynamic, if you will. First of all, the stadium for the Sixers currently is not too far from the airport, but it's very accessible by way of the subway in Philadelphia. Public transportation.
Why do the Sixers want a new one then?
They actually want to go downtown. They're trying to get a new downtown arena approved,
so they can make more money. Right?
Yeah,
they don't care how accessible it is.
Right. But from a fan standpoint, either out by the airport where it is or downtown makes sense.
There's a proposal for, to your point, an arena in Market East.
Yeah, that's right downtown. Yep, that's
downtown.
Yeah, that's right downtown.
And it's been controversial in Philly, apparently.
Yeah,
Philly leaders continue to weigh the pros and cons.
Right. And but here's the thing. Camden, meanwhile, and it's been a while, Camden used to be a place you did not want to go. I don't know if it's been gentrified or not, but their practice facility is across the water in Camden right now. But I can't see Philadelphia fans, Sixer fans, driving over to Walt Whitman Bridge, going to Camden to watch the Sixers. Because, like I said, the ease of public transportation in the city of Philadelphia, a lot of people take that to get to the games.
The New Jersey proposal includes a brand new arena on the Camden waterfront.
Yeah, they're trying to build that up.
North of the Ben Franklin Bridge. Tim Sullivan, CEO of New Jersey something, says, we are ready to seize on this opportunity and welcome the 76ers to the Garden State.
Yeah, that's New Jersey trying to get their, grubby hands on the Sixers. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mentioned Camden. I used to go to Camden often, actually, when I was at Philly, especially when I was when I was younger. Camden, I'm looking at the stats here. This is by neighborhoodscout.com. Total crime index out of 100. Camden is 4, meaning it's safer than 4% of U.S. cities. It is a tough place, and they're trying to build it up. They're trying to clean it up. I just don't see it, though. It's not when Philly people hear
you didn't go south of Market in San Francisco.
That's true.
Either.
Yeah, that's true. But when Philly people hear Camden, they're like, I ain't going to Camden. No, nobody goes to Camden. What do you go to Camden? Camden, you stay away from. The only reason you go to Camden, and it's changed now, the liquor stores used to be open 7 days a week.
First thing I think of is Camden Yards, which is in Maryland.
Right? That's in Maryland. It's entirely different. Entirely different. Yeah, so New Jersey, they're bummed they lost the Nets years ago, so they're trying to get back in the game, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay, the Philadelphia City Council back in session tomorrow. It's still unclear if or when legislation to greenlight an arena will be introduced. Yeah. So that's all the Sixers are doing, right? It's just, all right, this helps us gain a little leverage, so we're going to take it seriously.
Do you guys believe that arenas should be downtown? Like, are you a fan of that, or a proponent of that? Like, not out in the suburb. For instance, Detroit, Auburn Hills, they moved downtown to Little Caesars Arena. Are you a fan, a proponent of that?
I'll just speak to it in terms of what we had here. The Arco 2 was really easy to get to.
Yeah.
And there were businesses that popped up around that. And I thought, there's nothing wrong with this place. This place is great. When I was a kid, I went to, Candlestick. That wasn't downtown. Oakland Coliseum. That wasn't downtown. But Now that we have the Golden One Center, and you realize, how transformative it can be.
Right.
You know, you go to the Petco in San Diego, even now, Oracle in San Francisco.
Right.
Okay.
Now you see.
Now I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I look at the Coliseum in Oakland. How should I put this without, getting in trouble? I understood the Warriors' move. Downtown San Francisco, basically. I get it, and we had this discussion a couple of weeks ago. You talked about the ease of getting to the Coliseum and everything, but there wasn't anything around there. There wasn't any attractions. Like nowadays, when you have an arena, people want to have dinner beforehand, maybe go out right afterwards. You don't want to have to hop in your car and drive somewhere. I look at case in point in New England. The Patriots play out there in Foxborough. Well, Robert Kraft built that area to try to make it an entertainment destination. Look at what they're trying to do in Vegas with the A's. It's not just about the stadium there. They're trying to make an so it's. I'm a fan. I get that. I understand that. As a fan, as a consumer, I want to go down to Doco and have dinner, at Polanco or somewhere like that. Then afterwards, I want to go out to one of the bars in the area, something like that.
I'm willing to bet that the Warrior move, I bet they went from the easiest access to the hardest access.
Awful, right?
The Oakland Coliseum Arena is like, boom, you drive right out there. If you know where to park, get right on the freeway. Yeah, there was some traffic there, but boom, boom.
Yeah.
San Francisco is like, I don't know where you're going to park.
No
we have some media parking, but even then.
Yeah.
It's
sketchy, man, in terms of
take BART and walk or park in the Giants lot.
Right.
It is not easy.
I've known people that, like you said, park in the Giants lot or park, several miles away and take BART in. It's
Uber.
It's Uber.
I've parked miles away and take Uber to the stadium, man.
But then trying to get out of there too is just a
you
mess
better jump out, beat the traffic.
Yeah, you got to get out of there quickly. It's it's a great location in terms of leases some stuff around there, but the ease of in and out, that's what sets Golden One apart. And
it's still kind of out there.
Right. It's not
it's not all built around it yet.
Yeah. It's
meaning what? The Golden One or
Chase?
Okay.
Chase is still kind of on
there ain't
that
much
edge.
you can really build around too much of San Francisco. I'll say this for me, fellas, it depends on the city. It really does. Like if you Sacramento downtown, it works because we don't have the worst traffic. But then you go to certain places, and Drapes, this. There's been times when you go to Houston or you go somewhere and it's smack down downtown. It's good luck. Like, there's no way getting to. Like I went to why am I blanking? Brooklyn, Barclay for a fight, right?
Yeah,
and so everybody knows in New York you just don't drive anywhere,
right?
You absolutely don't, right? And so for whatever reason, we called a car, an Uber, whatever, because something I couldn't remember it, and I was like, this is terrible. This ain't it. Let me out right now. I jumped out, got on the subway, but I just think it depends on where, in what city you are, if it works downtown versus vice versa.
Well, to your point, Jay,
like Atlanta downtown, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Right next to the CNN building. Houston's terrible too.
It's not a popping downtown area.
It's not.
It's not where you want to be.
You got to hit a couple of corners.
Big difference. Years ago, they would want to put an arena downtown because that's where businesses are. Now, they basically, the developers have so much money and they're so ambitious. We'll build an arena and we'll put the businesses
around it
and the village or whatever it is around
That's
it.
what the owners want
too.
Yeah, they want that. That's part of the A's situation. They wanted everything around it too.
Yeah.
Texas is the Rangers' new stadium facility. Like they're not in the middle of downtown, and nor are the Cowboys. But because Jerry Jones and because the owner of the Rangers, they're like, you know what? We'll build, as you say, a whole walk, we'll galleria. We'll make it. We'll turn it into something.
Speaking of were we speaking of the 49ers?
Were we? I don't know.
Well,
they need to build around there. How about that?
There you go. Thanks. Taylor Wirth covers the 49ers and NorCal Sports at NBC Sports Authentic. He's going to join us with a look at how quickly the 49ers can put all the holdout drama behind them. He's next on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Mild tonight without much of a breeze, but valley temperatures should still drop into the mid-60s Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, a high around 105. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Your water heater. Old, rusty, forgotten. We hardly ever even think about them until there's no hot water. Right now, get incredible rebates up to $3,000 off and financing available for as little as $40 a month. Leave it to Bonnie to crank up the heat.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
But what was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Carmelie.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich.
Dasha.
And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
I found out that one of my players was vaping. I brought him in and asked him, where did this stuff come from? He said, it's better than you think, coach. He had told me that almost everybody in my team was vaping. The next day, all the parents came in, and I said, hey, you as parents need to do your part. You guys need to figure out how, why, and when this stuff is happening, and we got to get it fixed.
Coach Sanchez and his team took vaping head on. Learn how he and other Californians are beating big tobacco at undo.org.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
You guys got a new Honda? Well, it was like this. My mom was driving me to school when, bam, our car started smoking. My mom wasn't happy, so she called my dad and said, honey, if you value your life and our marriage, you'll take care of this now. So my dad calls up Stockton Honda and was like, can you get me approved for a new car and save my marriage? And they're all, sure, Mr. Jones, we do this every day. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue. StocktonHonda.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
PGA.com Quick 9 asks readers to complete this sentence. Golf means more than a game. To me, it means, at number 9, the banter. People love the good-natured teasing that goes on. Number 8, it's hard to explain, but I don't want to be without it. Number 7, it's an obsession. I eat, drink, and sleep golf. Setting goals is next. At number 5, golf is life. It's a career for some, a passion for most, and a ticket to college for a lucky few. At 4 and 3, a place to relax and an escape. A place to feed my soul and find a peaceful solace. At number 2, a place to learn about ourselves and others. You'll learn more in 4 hours on a golf course than almost anywhere else. Number 1, a few priceless hours to spend with friends and loved ones. Responses included time with my dad, time with my husband or wife, time with my closest friends. It's hard to beat the company you share around with. So what do you think? Why is golf more than just a game to you? Finish this sentence. To me, golf means, I'll let you think about that. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Question, tell me what you think about me. I buy my own diamonds and I buy my own.
Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
But Drapes is happy because we got the WNBA on. Not only do we have the WNBA on, we have Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Fever.
Yeah.
I got a fever. taking on the LA Sparks.
Yeah, Sparks not a good team either. That's a close game.
Disappointing this year.
Yeah. My girl Cameron Brink got hurt, so she's got ACL. So man, this will be an interesting. Fever can't lose this game. Look at it with Jay talking.
Jay's laughing. I don't know what he's laughing at, but
Jay, man, come on. He's laughing at you and your
maybe. Yeah.
So-called interest in the WNBA. No, that's all right, big fella. I got it on. I got us covered.
Is it next year? When's the WNBA in San
Next
Francisco?
year. Yeah. Valkyries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our next guest will probably be covering them. He covers Bay Area sports, including, of course, the 49ers for NBCS Authentic. Taylor Wirth with us. How are you today, Taylor?
Doing good, fellas. Thanks for having me on. How are you doing?
We're doing fine. Thank you. First things first here. I know you have a piece here at NBC Sports Bay Area about belatedly about how Brock Purdy found out about Colin Cowherd's criticism of him wearing the hat backwards. Explain that story you have for us today, Taylor. What's going on here?
Yeah, all the hard-hitting stuff, of course.
That's funny, though. This is a funny story.
It is, yeah. Brock basically, he was on Rich Eisen, I think, yesterday, and he was talking about how he tries his best to block out all the noise and all the talking heads. And I think Debo one time told him about Cowherd's comment, which is basically, if you don't know, is him saying like, "Oh, he's wearing a backwards hat." I wouldn't trust him to be my franchise quarterback, which is an insane take. And I remember after that happened, I think a few weeks, Brock came to the podium and someone asked him about his hat, and he was like, "I'm wearing it, forward today. I grew up a little bit," just kind of taking a shot at him. And he's still talking about it. And the guys feed him a little bit of outside chatter here and there, but he's pretty blocked off from what we've seen.
Taylor Wirth. Taylor, it's your boy Drapes here, man. Thanks for jumping on. When you look at the last 72, 96 hours for the San Francisco 49ers, just put into context just how wild of an offseason and last week it's been for this franchise.
Yeah, I mean, the vibes, this summer could not have been worse, with the contract stuff with Trent and Ayuk, and then obviously a whole different situation with Ricky Pearsall. But in a weird way, it's all come together, and the vibes all of a sudden are, trending in a really positive direction. They got, Ayuk done, they got Trent done. The Pearsall situation obviously is, horrific and scary, but, seeing how he's rebounded and him being at the facility and John Lynch yesterday saying that he expects him to, contribute on the field this season. It took a long time for kind of everything to develop, the contract stuff, but it's all coming together at a really good time right before the season starts. And it was probably a frustrating offseason for a lot of people, including the fans, but it's changing really quickly and really dramatically right now.
Taylor Wirth with us on Sactown Sports. Taylor, in your opinion, the last dance narrative, like, whoa, they better do it this year. Is it overblown, or you think it's on the money?
I think that depends on what you think of Brock Purdy. If you think Brock Purdy's the guy, he's going to be around, if they sign him to an extension for probably at least probably close to the next decade or so. So if you think he's the guy, then every single season, they'll be in contention and they'll be a good team every single year, and they're not going to rebuild. But, even if you don't think he's the guy, there's still so much talent on this roster that it's hard to envision them, changing the roster dramatically after this year and being like, oh, well, we couldn't get it done this year. We haven't gotten it done lately. It's time to tear it all down. They're not going to do that. They have too much pride in this organization and what they've built. And so even if, they don't get it done this year, they're stubborn like that. They're going to go back next year. They're going to make the adjustments they deem necessary, and they're going to, have another shot at it. But I think it would be foolish to expect John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan just to, put their hands up and tear down after this year. I still think there's a lot of talent and a lot of young talent that they can still build off of.
So you're telling us it depends on whether he wears his hat forwards or backwards, right? That's the key.
That's the key to the whole thing, right?
That's how you know if he's taking it seriously or not. You know, the Super Bowl loss, you know, hopefully whipped him into shape, and he's, you know, wearing that thing the correct way now.
Let's hope so.
Hey, Taylor, how big of a game is this for Leonard Floyd? You know, I'm looking at the site now. You got something up on, you know, just the last time he faced Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's the way he sounded in that interview with Adam Schefter was, it didn't seem like it bothered him that much. The outrage he received after his sack of Aaron Rodgers resulted in that, you know, that catastrophic injury. He goes on to talk about how, you know, he's a big fan of Aaron Rodgers, and he was sad when that happened. But I get the impression that, you know, he's excited to go against, you know, the Jets again and to have another shot at this. But to me, it just seems like it's another game for him. But in terms of a roster, you know, team standpoint, I think it's really important for him to get off to a strong start. The Niners, you know, the opposite defensive end spot of Nick Bosa has been a little bit of an issue these past few years. They haven't really found that guy. And I think he can make a statement right away in week one against Aaron Rodgers. And I think he's motivated to do so.
Taylor Wirth, our guest here from NBC Sports Bay Area. What's your best guess here as far as what is Kyle Shanahan's biggest concern with this roster right now? What do you think it is?
Well, if I had to guess based on the roster construction, I guess I would point to maybe the offensive line. I mean, we're cherry picking here just because it's such a great roster. It's so well balanced. But, you know, they're probably going to be starting a rookie right guard in Dominic Puny. And the O-line last year was outside of Trent Williams, you know, average, maybe slightly above average, but you know, it's not one of the best in the league. And depending on what happens with Trent Williams, he's a guy that I think can jump in, you know, 4 or 5 days before the season and you know, barely miss a beat. But, you know, if something does happen to Trent Williams, I think that disrupts so much of what they do on offense. So I think we've seen the stats, their win-loss record with and without Trent Williams, Purdy's efficiency with and without Trent Williams. So I guess if anything, he's just holding his breath, kind of hoping, you know, they can keep certain guys healthy, because there's certain guys like Trent and Brock Purdy and Nick Bosa and Fred Warner that if they're gone, they, you know, it has a ripple effect on the rest of the team. So I think he's got to be pretty pleased with the overall roster. But, you know, I think every coach is just kind of hoping the main pieces stay together and they can ride it out for a season.
Hey, Taylor Wirth joining us from NBC Sports Bay Area. Check him out online. Taylor, who's the Niners' biggest competition in the NFC, you think?
Well, everyone's kind of pointing to the Lions now as that other team.
Hey, Taylor.
No,
I should let you know that the gentleman who asked you that question is from Philadelphia.
I'm not,
and he's hoping that you're gonna.
I'm not trying to lead the witness. You know what I'm letting him answer it. Yes,
I got you. It's funny you said that. Yeah, Eagles. Definitely no. Yeah, honestly, obviously the Eagles are one of those teams, and they very well could. And yeah, it's either the Lions or the Eagles. People have been talking a lot about the Rams, especially in the NFC West. I'm not buying that hype quite yet. I think they're a good team, but to me, it's a very top-heavy three of the 49ers, the Lions, and the Eagles. I might put the Eagles, you know, as the biggest threat right now. I still think the Rams the Lions, as you know, great as their season was last year, the Eagles are probably a little bit more top heavy on talent, and adding Saquon Barkley, I think, is a huge move. We'll see how, you know, the Jason Kelce retirement impacts that offense and that cohesion. But, you know, as disappointing as the Eagles were in the second half of the season, I might lean towards the Eagles. Obviously Dallas is there, but they always kind of just seem to falter in these big games. And,
yes.
So they got to prove it still. But the Eagles have a recent history of going deep into the playoffs, and so I think right now I'd choose the Eagles. Not the pander pick, but
that's a great pick, though. That's a great pick.
Taylor, we appreciate it very much. I know you're busy. Thanks for making some time for us this afternoon, and we hope to talk to you again very soon.
Oh, it was a pleasure, guys. Thank you.
All right, Taylor Wirth, NBC Sports, Bay Area, some excellent 49er coverage. By the way, he mentioned the offensive line as a concern, and I think he's right. And you drill down a little further on that. I know we talked about this yesterday, but Matt Barrows today writing this about the Niners, a potentially big issue. The 49ers' biggest potential concern might be the center position. John Feliciano injured reserve. The only player with real experience there is starter Jake Brendel, coming off a down year, managing knee tendinitis. So the 49ers have been working diligently to familiarize third-year man Nick Zakelj. We talked about him yesterday. So they got some concerns at center. And if you remember, a couple of years ago in 2020, they had some problems at center, and it kind of derailed their whole season.
Yeah, how about this? And I'm on Pro Football Focus right now. Guess where they have the Niners offensive line ranked?
Out of 32 teams?
Out of 32 tems.
21.
24. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And the teams that, we just had Taylor mention, they got the Lions at number 1 and the Eagles at number 2, Green Bay at 14.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to keep an eye on.
Mm-hmm.
It's I hadn't thought a whole lot about the offensive line, because I was focused on the defensive line, but that's an area of weakness.
I think it is.
And we'll see how Pooney, if he's the real deal and maybe he turns into something, but that's a question mark going into the season.
Yeah, some of that is by design. They don't spend a ton of money there other than the left tackle position.
Yeah.
But you have to assume that you can find guys that can be, league average.
Right.
If you start having a few guys dip below that, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah. When we come back, Brendan Nunes with an interesting piece on where each of the Kings' wings needs to improve this year. What does Drapes make of that list? We'll check it out next on Sactown Sports.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's better over here.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are. The Pro Court Championship at Silverado Resort, September 12th through the 15th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With world-class wine experiences, breathtaking views, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Pro Court Championship, September 12th through the 15th. For tickets, go to ProCourtChampionship.com.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, starting with the homestand that begins on Labor Day, at that point, the A's with 25 games left in the season and a chance to impact the race in the American League with 16 of those against teams battling for a chance. 7 with the Mariners, 3 against the Astros, 3 with the Cubs, and 3 against the Yankees that final weekend for the A's at home in Oakland.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, "How you doing, Tom?" I go, "Hey, I'm not your fucking stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not."
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to the venue at Thunder Valley September 5th. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
I'm going to complain for just a minute. I'm hoping that maybe this complaint resonates with some other football fans as we're getting ready for the NFL season. Very exciting. But I'm realizing here, Drapes, we got tomorrow night, you got Thursday night, you got the Chiefs playing, then you got your team in the Packers on Friday. The 49ers playing on Monday.
Yeah.
You got Sunday night football.
Yep.
And Sunday afternoon, which used to be, man, that's it.
Yeah.
They're not as many good games anymore. They're moving everybody to other time slots. And Sunday afternoon and morning, which used to be, it's football day.
Right.
Now it's not as much of a football day as
Yeah.
it used to be.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the schedule for this week. Like you said, Ravens-Chiefs. That's a major matchup.
Yeah.
Thursday, Packers-Eagles, NFC contenders, major matchup. We know Jets and Niners, Monday Night Football. What's the Sunday night game? I got it right here, Whitey. Hold on for a second. Rams-Lions, contenders. So
I think Dallas-Cleveland is maybe
maybe the best one. Broncos-Seahawks at 105.
There you go. It's a classic example.
Yeah, it's like Commanders-Buccaneers. They've ruined that. Raiders-Chargers.
Yeah, and I know if you're a fan of the Raiders, you're excited about that game, but the big games are not on Sundays like they used to be.
And it used to be, back east, it was the 425 game. Out here, the 125 game. That used to be the big-time matchup, and then obviously Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football. But you're right, man. And I need to look at it going forward, too. I got to imagine during the regular season, the 425, 125 slot is still prime time.
Yeah.
That's still a good slot.
Yeah, it's still big.
It's just opening weekend now. It's like,
Yeah. Now with, the schedule having so many games on other nights, and then you have the bye weeks as well. Sometimes that late window, the afternoon window on a Sunday, sometimes you might have 2 or 3 games.
Yeah. How about this, too? I'm looking at the schedule. I'm going to just run through it really quickly. Just the overall Sunday schedule. I'm talking the 10 o'clock and the 1 o'clock window. Steelers, Falcons, Cardinals, Bills.
This is opening Sunday,
Titans, Bears, Texans, Colts, Jaguars, Dolphins, Panthers, Saints, Vikings, Giants, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos, Seahawks, Cowboys, Browns, Commanders, Bucks. None of those games really scream to me must watch.
Cowboys, Browns is one of the feature games on. I forget if it's who has it.
I got it here right here for you.
Yeah,
Big fella.
but then I don't even know what the other game.
Fox.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the NFC feature game. I don't
Yeah.
even know what the AFC package main game would be. Maybe Dolphins? I don't know.
Dolphins, Jaguars, Texans, Colts.
Yeah,
Richardson versus what's the name?
Stroud.
Yeah, CJ Stroud.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
this.
know. You see what I mean?
I tell you what, if I'm gonna be 100% honest, listeners out there, Sunday is not a football day for me this week. Tomorrow night is, Friday night is, Monday night is, maybe Sunday night football, but the 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock, it's not the same vibe this week.
I guess if people watch, it doesn't have to be on Sunday, but just from the standpoint of someone who's watched for a long time, it's like, well, wait a minute, Sunday's not Sunday.
It ain't the same. Yeah, you're right.
It's depressing when you're watching Red Zone. It's like, all right, here's the other game. And there's the only other game that's going on. Why am I watching Red Zone?
5 games total or something. Yeah, that's true. Why they got to do? Well, I know nowadays they do Thursday night
because they get so much money for the TV packages. So the network
Friday night,
we need the best games and the best teams.
Fridays are what? Yes, no. Who's Friday?
Nobody. It's just this week.
No, I'm talking.
Who's got the game?
Who's got it?
I think it's ESPN.
Peacock.
Oh, Peacock.
That's big money.
Really?
See, that's big money. There you go.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Right there.
Also, if you have the Brazil Broadcasting Network, I think
you get that as well. See, that's
not X if you got it down there. Though.
That's throwing NBC and Peacock a bone here. We'll give you.
But that game would be flexed to Sunday if it was an opening week.
Yeah.
And then the other part too is Thursday night games are normally terrible, so that game would be flexed to a Sunday as well. So. Like normally Thursday nights, you get, you're like, okay, this ain't it. This is the Saints versus, whoever.
Well,
the Cardinals.
It's like the AFC or NFC South teams on Thursday night.
I feel like it. Yeah.
It's the AFC NFC South game of the week. Right.
Yeah. But everybody has to play a Thursday night game. You just kind of forget when your team plays a Thursday night game. Like, But like you're right. It's normally the Saints versus the Jags, something like that.
I could swear that 80% all time of Thursday night games have been Jacksonville against Tennessee. 80% of the time.
Right. You might be wrong to something there. You might be right about that. You might be right.
And it's like it's football, but
well, of course you can hear
then
those
don't
games
watch
right
it.
No, there's plenty of other things to do.
But that's the thing. People continue to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that like terrible product.
Yeah, I'm not watching that. Don't watch it. But people in football swear by the Bible. So to say the NFL Bible, you still have to watch it. You don't.
Fantasy player, you do, right?
Yeah, not really.
Here we go.
I set my lineup and then look at the end of the week after the games and all right, make some moves.
Typical football fan, Whitey. You're falling down the football fan hole.
Not really, but I do admit.
Do you watch them?
Sometimes. I don't always watch Thursday night games. I feel like I should watch some, but I do feel sometimes a little empty on Sunday. It's like, wait, this is NFL Sunday. Where are all the games? It's just taking me this time to realize they're not on Sunday.
I definitely agree with you. The later time slot.
Yeah.
And they said moving forward a couple weeks ago that they're going to have starting next year. They'll have at least 4 games in the 1 o'clock window. Western time. Yeah.
The worst is when they have 2 Monday night games.
Oof, yeah.
I hate that.
And you never know when they're gonna. Obviously you check the schedule, but they're overlapping now.
Are they really?
Yeah, I believe they're doing that.
I thought
again
that's what
this year.
they didn't want to do, though. That was, I don't like 2 Monday night football games because then, like to your point, it makes Monday night football a little cheaper. It's not as big of a deal, and because it's out here on the West Coast, what games are starting at what 4?
4:30.
Yeah, that's too early. I ain't even home from work yet, Jay. Let me get settled in, make some dinner. You know what I mean?
Did you rather watch at midnight? You'd be rather watching the second game at midnight?
No, I'm getting old. When I was younger, I would have no problem with that. Now bedtime's about 10 o'clock.
I could not. If I moved to the East Coast for whatever reason, I couldn't stand it with
your
the
body
games.
adjusts though.
Your body adjusts. I'm not. Answer this for me, Drapes. This is something.
Riddle me this.
Completely off the sheet that we're talking about. When I've been on the East Coast a few times covering fights, boxing fights, stuff like that. But how is it? Like guys are walking out 8:30, 9 o'clock now on the West Coast sometimes. It's midnight and the main event is coming on.
Oh, boxing is
how does that even work on the East Coast?
It's hard, man. Yeah. That's the one sport. Basketball I could stay up for, football, but boxing starting at midnight, it's a challenge, bro.
They're walking down the aisle at midnight.
It's definitely a challenge, man. You're right, Jay. I don't know how we do it. It's a challenge, dude. I used to hate that, man.
Especially for people working like morning shows.
Right.
And things.
Yeah, you gotta get up the next day. I used to
stay
look
up right at that point. You just stay up.
Yeah, you miss a lot on the East Coast. I will say this though, The one thing I did like on the East Coast, covering basketball and covering the Celtics, is when I was done work, I could get home at 11 o'clock and there still be games on. Now out here, I get done with the Kings games, I go home, ain't nothing on TV to watch. Ain't no live games going on. I do miss that part.
How late do they stay on the inside the NBA after games? Because they're in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's like one something.
It's one. Hey, one thing about Charles, he don't care. He'll let you know, man. It's 1:30.
Right?
Time to wrap it up.
Getting out of here,
dude. I used to hate that when we did Celtics pre and post game, and the Celtics were out west, and we had to, post game didn't start till 1 a.m. Like, who the hell is watching us at 1 a.m.? Like, I used to hate that, man.
Thank you, Ramsey. Ramsey on the
our boy
text
Ramsey
line says, Kevin is correct. Titans Jags is a Thursday night football staple. 83% of Thursday night games.
It feels that way.
Titans versus Jags.
AFC South, NFC South.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Hilarious.
I'm telling you. All right. When we come back, we'll get back to the Kings. Who's getting paid next in the NBA and how much?
Ooh.
Where's De'Aaron Fox on that list? And we'll get to where the Kings wings need to improve.
Yeah, we got to
next on Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
For most of the people that walk in our store, it's been an ongoing, nonstop issue, and they're finally walking into the Good Feet store. Okay, the guy that came into my store last year that has had plantar fasciitis for 30 years. I looked at him, I said, "Are you kidding me? I've been here for 14. Where have you been?" I helped relieve a problem that's plagued him for 30 years. I mean, how do you not go home and talk about that?
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Hi, this is Congressman Kevin Kiley. We live in the greatest congressional district in America. From the Gold Country to the High Sierra, we are blessed with unmatched beauty and natural resources. But issues like sky-high gas and food prices and rising crime make life hard for too many. I'm working across party lines to pass common sense legislation that will make life better, safer, and more affordable. If you're a veteran or senior trying to get help with your benefits, or having any other issues with the federal government bureaucracy, call my office toll-free at 1-888-406-3855. Over the last 18 months, we've helped resolve thousands of cases of all types and returned over $7 million to constituents. This is Congressman Kevin Kiley. You can visit my website at kiley.house.gov to learn more. We are here to serve you. Thank you for listening. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
But what was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Carmelie.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich.
Be the difference.
Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
I want to remind you, get your tickets for the Marysville Stampede September 14th and 15th at MarysvilleStampede.com. Congratulations to De'Aaron Fox. Steph Curry and De'Aaron Fox going to make their way to China next week as part of Curry Brand's China tour, where they will unveil the first ever Curry brand retail store in the world.
Oh,
that's via at Sneaker News and the Warriors Talk on Twitter.
You guys know anybody that wear Currys?
No.
Jay?
I know some hoopers.
You know some hoopers?
Yes, they like them.
Okay. And De'Aaron got his signature shoe coming out.
Yeah.
This year. I can't wait to see that. Cop that. I might get a pair too, just to have.
Yeah.
Our boy's first.
Is it based
signature.
on a running shoe or something?
Is it?
Has a strap
like a strap
something?
over it and everything. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
You guys tell me. I don't follow it nearly as closely as you. I know there was one of the first, if not the first, Curry brand shoe. People said, "Ah!" Has he bounced back from that?
Nah, I think that was later on. Like the first couple were all right.
Okay.
It's kind of been like he's bounced back a little bit with the latest 1 and 2, but that 4, 5, 6, people kind of like, all right, these are waiter shoes. These are, But the first couple were selling, they were going hotcakes. People were grabbing them.
Really?
First 2 or 3, Then it kind of got like, oh yeah, I don't know about that.
About 5, you say it was. People were like,
yeah,
night,
huh? Right.
But I thought last year's he bounced back.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Ramsey says he's got multiple pair of the older Curry shoes.
Right.
And he plans to get the Fox ones.
All right.
When they come out. Okay.
He said the 1, 2, 3s, Curry's. About the 4 or 5 is when people was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, okay.
Then he, 7 and 8, he's kind of bounced back a little bit. 9 should be coming out.
Didn't people say they were like Air Monarchs kind of?
Yeah.
For us, when I said that.
That's like Pete Carroll shoes or
Yeah,
something.
Exactly.
That's messed up.
I mean, I've probably had some myself over the years, but yeah. What do you want to get into first, Kyle? Brendan Nunez and where Kings wings need to get better, or projecting the 12 largest NBA contracts in the next 5 years? Both of them, obviously, Kings related because De'Aaron's in there.
I like my boy Brendan.
All right.
Nunez,
Yeah. And last time we went into his areas of improvement, I think you kind of
not because
accused yourself from some of them.
because that's why I want to give him another chance here, redeem himself. Let me see.
We went over the guards. This is Sactown Sports, and this he posted this, I think, last week. Keegan Murray. These are areas of improvement for all the Kings from Brendan Nunez. Keegan Murray, offensive aggressiveness.
Yep, I agree with that. Yeah, well, he needs to go out there and act like he's the dude. Yep.
Murray had 22 games last season with at least 15 field goal attempts. He had 16 instances where he shot the ball fewer than 10 times.
Yeah, that can't happen. That shouldn't happen.
Kevin Huerter, back to elite three-point shooting.
Yeah, that would be huge, not only for Huerter, but for the team. We need that. Brendan's spot on so far here. I got no qualms with anything he's saying.
Trey Lyles, free throw shooting.
Come on, man. Come on. Damn, Brad, what do you got to fill some space?
He says,
got to have 1,000 words or something?
I didn't read this till after you said, come on, man. He says, this was honestly one of the more difficult ones to pinpoint. Eventually, I settled on what is somewhat of a cop-out answer.
Come on, dude. So he admits it's bogus. He's like, hey, I don't know. I got to say something about Trey. Let me throw this out there. Free throw shooting. Come on, man.
Jalen McDaniels solidifying the 3 in 3-and-D. He's has to prove useful on the offensive side of the ball if he's going to garner a consistent bench role. Drapes hadn't said anything yet, and I don't think that's good.
Yeah, I know.
32.2% three-point shooter in his 5 NBA seasons.
Nah.
Can't be someone that opposing teams are willing to ignore on the
I agree with that. He got to show some offense. That's the difference between him and his brother right now. His brother, is a better offensive player. He has to show that. I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, he just has to establish himself early on. We can't go through the year with him being one of those guys about whom you say, he might be good sometimes. Like, you got to contribute now,
yes,
or there's no reason to have you on the
right.
roster,
What's the point? Right.
Yeah. DeMontis Sabonis.
Oh, that's a good one.
Free throw shooting.
Okay, no, that's
the whole team.
Not right, the whole team. That's legit. Look, Whitey's covered his mouth in nothing wrong with that. What was Domas? 70% last season?
70.4.
Yeah, you got to be better than that.
Yeah, Kings ended last season. We talked about it a lot. Dead last, 74.5.
Yeah, you gotta, like Jay said, the whole team. De'Aaron Fox included, Domas.
And of the players who attempted at least one per game, only Trey Lyles and JaVale McGee converted at a lower rate than Domas.
But Domas gets to the line.
Of all players who attempted 5 or more free throws per game, only Zion Williamson, Alperen Şengün, and Rudy Gobert trailed Sacramento's big man.
That can't. Yeah, he got to be better. The dude gets to the line.
He can shoot.
Right, he can
Rudy
shoot.
Gobert can't shoot.
Yeah,
so it's not a surprise he didn't make a lot of free throws.
Right. No, you're right. Domas, I don't know what it is. Maybe got to calm down, take some deeper breaths or something. But I think when I watch some of the guys shoot free throws, it's almost like they give it away. Like they're not as focused in knocking it down as they should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not locked in.
It's like the mild yips. Yips is when you fear the outcome of something so badly that you rush through it to get it over with.
Yeah, you're just like,
and so you try to get over with, and you get it over with.
Have you seen that
miss.
too, though? Have you seen that a little bit?
Yes.
Watching some of the guys also. All right, It's not just me. Yeah, it's almost just like you could feel that they're scared to get to the line, and they just put it up there to get it over with, like
and
you
then
said.
It just makes it worse.
Yeah,
It becomes like a loop.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. Who else we got?
Alex Len.
Hey, Len.
Limiting fouls.
Come on.
7-footer produced in a limited role last season.
Hold up. Stop, Whitey.
Yeah.
If he's reciting some stats or looking at NBA.com stats for a limited role big man, you can't extrapolate Alex Len.
5.4 fouls per 36 minutes, Dre.
When has Alex Len ever played 36 minutes, Whitey? Who cares about Alex Len's per 36?
In March against the Lakers, he had 4 fouls in under 10 minutes of play.
Come on, man.
That was the most extreme, pardon me, of 8 examples of him recording 3 or more fouls in fewer than 12 minutes.
Dude, what's the saying?
To Coach Brendan.
Nah, but what's the saying? If you're a big man and you know you're only going to play 15 minutes, I'm going to make sure I use up all these fouls. I'm going to get my money's worth. Quote, I want Alex Len to foul more.
From Coach Brendan, quote, teams can then quickly find themselves in the bonus. This is a mistake you don't want to see from a limited minute backup center. Quote.
Come on, man. Brendan got to get on the phone. He got to call us up. You know the number, 916. Defend yourself, player. 916-339-1140. We discussing Alex Len's foul per 36?
He was committing to the bit, which was an area of improvement for every player.
All right. I guess.
Oh, Rob.
It's like my man Jose putting him up to this kind of work on Sactown Sports 1140. Come on. All right.
I think he's found some interesting numbers there.
Oh, Rob.
Admittedly, he's got the kind of the cop out on Trey Lyles, but Rob, consistency. There you go. At this point in his career, it's about finding something he can consistently provide to a team.
Nothing wrong with that.
Is it rim protection? Is it spacing the floor from the center position? The Kings hope to find a more straightforward answer in 2023-24. And I applaud Brendan.
How much film of Rob do you think Brendan has watched?
Ooh, I'm not gonna answer that.
I don't know that there's that
That's
much
my guy.
available,
All right.
so I'm guessing he's watched every bit of it.
You
that's
know
available.
what it is, fellas. No, I'm not. No, I'm all right. That's a teammate. I ain't going to say it.
Yeah, and just for the record, I did not bring this out so that, we could cast aspersions on his reputation.
Well, that's what I do.
I know,
right?
But I don't want people to think that,
No,
let's
Brendan's
go
good.
get Brendan.
No, you know what it is, though, Whitey? It's late August, September. We need to throw something up on the website. We need games to hurry the hell up. We need camp to.
I didn't agree with everything he said, but I thought it was kind of
We need games, man. I need some practice.
Malik
guys reporting.
Fewer turnovers, consistency. I'm
Okay,
down with that.
all right, okay.
Keon Ellis, ball handling.
Yep,
Bingo.
we tell you. That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's solid work.
DeMar DeRozan playing in the 0.5. Playing in the 0.5.
Oh.
0.5 seconds, make your decision.
Nah. I disagree with that.
You don't think that's a problem for him? You don't think he's going to play it?
I don't think they're going to ask. I think they're going to adapt. They're going to let DeMar be DeMar. I don't think Mike Brown is ever going to be like, DeMar, get the ball out your hands. Move the ball. You don't bring in an isolation player and then tell him you running the Golden State. We want you to be Klay Thompson. Nah, you got to let DeMar be DeMar. And so I disagree with that one. And I'm not casting aspersions on it. Brandon's rep. I'm just saying I disagree with that point because that's DeMar. That's who he is.
As Brendan says here, he says one of Mike Brown's schemes is playing at 0.5. We don't always do that, but it's sometimes they're running that offense. It'll be interesting to see if they do that with DeMar, if he'll adjust to that. I think both you and Brendan make great points. I just feel badly. He's not here to defend himself.
That's why I told him 916-339-1140. Defend the Alex Lynn. Don't give me Alex Lynn per 36 when a dude averages 8 minutes a game. Who the hell cares about a per 36 when it's 8 minutes a game? Come on.
He puts the other team in the bonus. We can't have that.
All right, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
We'll come right back with a look at who's due to get paid next in the NBA.
I got Drape's takes coming up, too.
Oh, that's right. We
Come
do.
on now, big fella.
Drape's takes.
I got something. Can
you tell us what it's about?
It's about last night. For Drape's last night.
Drape's last night.
Yes.
That's on me. Drape's takes is coming up next on Sactown Sports.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
I just don't like going to church, man. I don't like the people there. People at church have like coworker vibes.
Ralph Barbosa, the super cool ass tour.
Like some of them are cool, but most of them, they're just being fake nice because they want that promotion. Like if those are the people that are going to be hanging out in heaven, I just go to hell.
Saturday, September 7th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss the hilarious Ralph Barbosa live.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
Drape's takes coming right up. Before we get to it, Brendan has shown up in the chat. Brendan Nunes. How about that?
Oh, he's all right. He's
clutch.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't answer the Alex Len question, though.
Did he answer the old Rob?
Well, he said old Rob has only played like 700 minutes, so not much to watch. Ha ha.
Yeah, there's some laughing emojis. I give him credit. Compio points out Brennan is the MVP. Brennan didn't have to respond at all.
Nah, that's Twitter fingers right there. That's keyboard gangster. I challenged him to call 916-339-1140.
He knows that he can't call now because Drape's takes.
Oh, is that what?
That's the guy's always looking out for the benefit of the show.
Yeah, I
Sharp.
appreciate that. He understood. He saw the rundown or whatever. Yeah,
he knows it's time for Drape's takes.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
All right, let me start off by saying I apologize to Brendan. He's a teammate. He's my guy. I respect him. He's at every game. He's at the practices. He's in the post-game press conference. Check it out, Sactown Sports 1140. Check it out. So I apologize, Brendan. You're my guy, man. Don't get too mad at me. Now, usually in Drape's takes, I'm pissed off about something. A day hasn't been going well. People that made me angry. But this Drape's takes is different, Whitey. Let me tell you about last night. Jay knew where I was at last night. I'm at Golden One Center last night. You got the Future and Metro Boomin' concert last night. More than 9,000 in attendance. And I take my 15-year-old son and his classmate, his friend. And I'm trying to be the cool dad, you know what I mean? But I'm also trying to give him space. So we walk in the concourse, and I'm with two 15-year-old boys. And all of a sudden, I look at them. They're giggling. They're laughing. I'm like, what? So they're eyeballing all the women in there, all the ladies. Oh, and I'm like, I'm dad. I can't do that. I can't take part of that, fellas. I'm here as a chaperone, basically. So I let them have some time by themselves. I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. You know, I just trying to get away from them. Right. Let them enjoy. This was their first concert, too.
Oh, nice.
First ever concert.
Yeah.
And so they had a blast. My take is this. I don't think we appreciate Golden One Center enough here in Sacramento and here in Northern California. It is the premier venue to watch any event. And let me tell you why, Whitey. I had a blast last night at the concert. We were sitting in section 108. Nice view. The pyrotechnics was on point. The stage was on point. The lighting was great. But most importantly, the ease of in and out of Golden One Center. I don't think Sacramento fans really understand how impressive that arena is. I've been to Chains. I've been to all of them. The traffic in and out is murderous in all these other cities. But in Sacramento, it's ease in and out. Maybe because I'm not in the, row level 4 of the parking garage and I'm down there. But last night, I was out of that place in like 5 minutes. The venue is fantastic. The sight lines are great. If you haven't gone to Golden One Center for a concert, please do. The sound system was on point. I left this concert thinking to myself, Future sounds better in concert than he does on his recording.
Wow.
And that's saying something, Whitey.
Because
usually, when you go, it's like, this don't sound like the record. But last night, his song sounded better in person. The only issue I have with Golden One Center, and I don't know who I need to talk to, may have to get Uncle Vivek on the phone. When you have concerts like this, Whitey, it's not like a Kings game.
Right.
Where the concessions are full. You could have so many options. They had 3 options for food.
Uh-oh.
Now, mind you, I'm on my weight loss program.
Right.
Burgers, pizza, and chicken tenders.
Uh-oh.
What happened to the salads, Uncle V? I need the salads, big fella. What happened to the wraps? What happened to the healthy soup? What happened to the sushi? Give me something. That's the only issue I have with Golden One Center on 9 Kings nights. On Kings games, it's packed out. It's bumped out. But during these regular events, I've been there at Globetrotters, and all you can get is chicken tenders. Come on, man. We need better than that. It's a great venue. It's a great atmosphere.
So you want salads at the Future Metro Boomin' show?
Exactly.
Yes. I just want to make sure I have it right.
Dude, I'm
That's
trying to watch my
complaint.
figure here. I'm on the new workout plan. Fit for the season has begun. I broke down and got a burger. And this the problem with the burger, Whitey.
Uh-oh.
They give you the fries with it. I don't want the fries, big fella. I don't want
hold the fries?
Nah, I did.
Did you say I don't want the fries?
I know. I said, yeah, no, I took a few fries. I did eat a few fries. But that's what I'm saying. There needs to be healthier options there at the arena. It's a fantastic facility. Sacramentans, if you haven't been for a concert there, that place is amazing. Get in and out, the sight lines, it was fantastic. The only issue outside of the food, and my son, he's not used to being out in public like this. And you go to a rap concert, especially in Northern California, especially in California, there's a pungent smell in the arena. You know what I mean? And I can't quite place it sometimes. My son was like, Dad, it smells like Vegas in here. And I was like, nah, it ain't Vegas, big fella. It's Northern California. Like, welcome to NorCal and welcome to a hip hop concert. And so that was fine. But we need better food options on non-game days.
They didn't have salads, but there were some greens.
There were plenty of greens. A lot of hippie lettuce out there. Yes. It's my poor son, man. He's like trying to rap the Future with his shirt covering his nose. He's like, mask on, man, and I'm like, bruh, you can take down your shirt. But it was a fantastic time. Great facility. Great arena. Shout out to my guy, James Rasmussen, for taking care of your boy. I had a fantastic time, Whitey.
Okay. So you think Vivek should be in charge of making sure there's salads at the
Nah, not Vivek. Who is Uncle
Uncle V.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, yo. You ever work at a place and they got the suggestion box?
Yeah.
We need that at Golden One Center. Suggestion box.
Pretty sure you can find someone to tell that to,
right.
Drapes. I think you work.
No, I want to do it anonymously, though. You know what I mean? I just want to drop
I'll
the
do it
card
on
in.
behalf of you.
But you see what I mean, though, Jay? Like, everything was on point. It was fantastic. But the food options, I was like, damn.
If they had salad there last night, they would have sold one salad. And that would have been the guy who voted for Marvin Bagley.
Maybe not. How about a wrap? Can I get a wrap? Can I get a wrap at the deal? Can I get a little bit of wrap?
With me.
And so
those aren't big sellers at those shows. I don't know.
Right. Especially everybody. They had plenty of Doritos and Lay's chips out there, because people had the munchies, but they ain't have any healthy options. Jay, you ready for my Alsco uniforms? Drapes Takes. That's it. It's brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
There you go. So that's the We Trust You tour?
Yeah, what you know about that, big fella?
I just
somebody just put that. Yeah, I was there last night.
I was crying back here when he said Uncle Vivek. Uncle V.
Hey, Uncle V signed them checks, dude. I gotta put some respect on his name. But no, it was a fantastic concert, really. And like I said before, if you haven't been for something outside of a King, like the sound system, they do a great job out there, man. They really do. And,
I've seen just a couple shows there, but yeah, I'm with you.
And it reminded me why Golden One Center is one of the best arenas, too. Just to be able to walk the concourse, not super packed. Like, it felt comfortable, there last night.
That's really significant because way back when people used to call Arco Arena, they used to call it Echo Arena.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Because when you'd go to a show, there were complaints about the
people called it like a high school gym or something like that.
I don't know if they got it fixed or. I mean, I saw shows there where it wasn't bad, but especially in the early days, right, Jay? The early days of that place, people didn't.
Felt like it was wood. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of wood in that place.
Yeah. It had something to do with that.
That's one reason it got so loud during those Kings games. That wood was conducting all that.
Yeah. All that energy. Yes. So, that was my night last night. Young son went to his first concert.
That's great.
And let me ask you this. See, you got daughters, though, right? You don't have a son. Jay, you got daughters also. Like, when you're hanging out with your 15-year-old son, he's noticing the opposite sex. Do you just ignore that? Or do you make a joke? Like, what are you looking at? Or do I say, slow down, big fella, slow down. Like I don't know how to you got to acknowledge it, right? Okay, all right. That's what I
over
did.
there working, son. I'll see you. Baby. Slow down a little bit.
Slow down.
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. All right,
exactly. Things that were in the air.
That's how it was last night. I'm like, damn. Like, what happened? though? He used to be innocent, and now I'm like, this guy's a man almost.
Oh, you're just getting started.
I know
that, right?
And then I got a daughter coming up. You guys know how that is. Man, I'm not looking forward to that. Oh, somebody on the 530. Are you saying the Golden One Center doesn't have farm to fork food?
But we do. We are the city of trees.
There was plenty of trees.
I'm trying to tell you, baby. Put it back up on the water tower.
Oh, you guys are killing me. That's
De'Aaron Fox, where he ranks in the line of guys who have big deals coming up in the NBA next on Sactown Sports.
A new Honda? Nice. Well, it was like this. It was a super hot day, so we all stopped for some ice cream. When bam, the AC went out. My dad started sweating and was all, man, I stink. And my brother was like, I hate this car. And my mom was all, I'm dying in here. Then I said, it's time to call Stockton Honda. Then Dad was like, honey, you're right. I knew you were my favorite. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue.
StocktonHonda.com. I just don't like going to church, man. I don't like the people there. People at church have like coworker vibes.
Ralph Barbosa, the super cool ass tour.
Like some of them are cool, but most of them, they're just being fake nice because they want that promotion. Like if those are the people that are gonna be hanging out in heaven, I just go to hell.
Saturday, September 7th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss the hilarious Ralph Barbosa live.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Stop what you're doing, because right now, Kohl's is giving away millions in instant Kohl's Cash in stores for free. You heard that right. This weekend is their Kohl's Cash Ultimate Giveaway. Plus, get 3 days of deals in store and online. Yep, you definitely don't want to miss this. So hurry to Kohl's today, before it's too late. Kohl's Cash Giveaway valid in-store only. Redeemable only that day. Some exclusions apply while supplies last. Ends September 8th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
You guys got a new Honda? Well, it was like this. My mom was driving me to school when, bam, our car started smoking. My mom wasn't happy, so she called my dad and said, honey, if you value your life and our marriage, you'll take care of this now. So my dad calls up Stockton Honda and was like, can you get me approved for a new car and save my marriage? And they're all, sure, Mr. Jones, we do this every day. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue. StocktonHonda.com.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are. The Pro Court Championship at Silverado Resort, September 12th through the 15th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With world-class wine experiences, breathtaking views, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Pro Court Championship, September 12th through the 15th. For tickets, go to ProCourtChampionship.com.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
One thing about Drape Steaks, never fails to entertain. People have a lot of fun with it.
Hey, man. Jay, it's time we put some respect on my name, big fella. Because you playing this song right now because of me, right?
Truth.
But also we could play Taylor Swift. That's what I'm talking about. I can be a Swiftie and go to Metro Boomin and Future too.
No, you can't be. It can't be combination.
I can't be both.
You went to the Future concert because of your son and his pot.
Nah. I knew the songs though. Big fella.
That's because your son plays it down the hallway.
That's true. That's true. Nah, I had a good time, man. It was a fun concert last night.
How did that happen? Did you say, hey, do you want to go? Or did he say, Dad, can we go to the show? Or I'm just curious. How did you set it up where you were going with Nick and his friend?
Well, it was a couple of months ago. I saw it was coming out. And he's like, Dad, we got to go to this. But then he didn't say anything about it. And then about a month ago, I was like, yo, you still want to do that? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, let's go. But I was smart, Whitey and Jay. I can't go to that just me and my son. I mean, I could, but it ain't the same. You know, I can't be vibing with him like that, So I was like, let's bring a friend too. So we had somebody to play off. Dude, I might post some videos on IG. I took several videos. We were turned up last night. And so, no, I had a great time. Like, I'm in the Future. Remember, Future is how I met Jay-Z that time. Remember? In Houston, I told this story. Future concert. They were charging $100. I said, nope. Walked around the corner, went to another bar. Jay-Z and Beyonce in there chilling.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll tell you what, if I'm Nick's agent, if I'm his representative, I'm saying, Mr. Draper, where are you taking Nick's sister? How far are you going? How much are you spending on tickets?
We going to Vancouver, big fella, December 7th.
That's
Taylor
great.
Swift.
We want ours, Mr. Draper. We're going to have to go to a lot of.
No, he went to Future. He got
on John Rasmussen.
Yeah. My boy James Rasmussen. No, but he go to a lot of NBA games. I took him to the U.S. Open last year in L.A.
Yeah.
We went to the All-Star game last year. I do things. Come on, man. But this is like a house payment, like a house down payment for this Taylor Swift concert. My God.
Yeah. Speaking of big money, Basketball Insiders, the NBA's new broadcast deal expected to push the salary cap up by the maximum 10% allowed. So here's a look at 12 big NBA deals predicted over the next 5 years. Number 12, Joel Embiid, $192.9 million for 3 years.
Jeez.
Numbers 11 through 9, Giannis, AD, and the Joker, $212.2 million for 3 years each.
3 years. Jeez.
Number 8, $228.6 million for 4 years for De'Aaron Fox. Damn. Depending, of course. Fox's value to the Kings continues to grow. Says Basketball Insiders. If he earns an all-NBA team selection, this extension could balloon to $345.3 million over 5 years.
Let me do the math. 345. What is it? What did you just say? I'm sorry.
345.3 over 5.
$69 million a year. Jeez. My God. But they asking us to take pay cuts over here, fellas. Come on, man. What the hell? Oh, that's frustrating.
Gonna have to sell a lot of wraps and salads at the Gold One.
What's the I need to look at the average salary in the NBA. When did I first start broadcasting with the Kings? 2020. Average NBA salary 2020. I just want to see the all right, it was 7.9 million.
Mm-hmm.
The league average. All right. Let me see 2024. 12 million.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that percentage? It went up about 50%. My salary has not gone up 50%, big fella. I tell you that.
Yeah.
I get my little standard 2% raise. That's killing me.
I heard
darn.
Chris Watkins talking about this today. Obviously, I think everyone knows this. That's why De'Aaron didn't sign the extension last year, right? Was to wait and see.
Yeah.
So he could get a chance to make all league and then
if you get all NBA, that 330, 45 or whatever it is. That's crazy. I was thinking about this driving in, and this wasn't about De'Aaron Fox. It was about Steph Curry's new deal. What was it? 62 million?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It would take 62 Brock Purdy's to equal one Steph Curry.
I know.
Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Like,
when people start comparing the deals, to me, it's so abstract. The numbers are so huge now. And again, I don't begrudge them, but it's like, I can't compare them. It's just obscene amounts of money that it's so much that I have a hard time saying, well, if he's getting 62, he should get 64. It's like, I can't wrap my brain around how much money it is.
Yeah, it's crazy. And here's the thing about that too. We talked about DeMar DeRozan. This guy is a future Hall of Famer. This guy is a 23,000 point scorer in the NBA. But when you look at how much money he's made, he's never made more than this last season, 28.6 million. You got Bradley Beal making 50, Zach LaVine making 40. DeMar DeRozan might be the most underrated, underpaid player of our generation in terms of who he is, his value, his stats, and everything. That dude should be signing a $50 million a year contract. As good as he is.
Number 7, Devin Booker, $233.4 million for
Over 3 years.
Numbers 6 and 5, Paolo and Holmgren, $246.7 for 5 years each. Numbers 4 and 3.
Hold on. Stop. Can you go back to Devin Booker and recite those numbers again?
Devin Booker is expected to sign a 3-year, $233.4 million extension with the Suns before the 26-27 season.
You know how much that is, Whitey?
How much?
$77 million per year. What the?
Bro, it's only number 7.
Sorry. No.
You're right. You got Paolo and Chet Holmgren's number 6 and 5, $246.7 million for 5 years each.
Okay.
Then you got numbers 4 and 3, Shea and Donovan Mitchell, $293.4 for 4 years each. Damn. Number 2, Victor Wembanyama.
All right.
$325.6 million for 5.
325.
Number 1 is Luka, $345.3 million for 5 years. He's projected to sign the largest contract in NBA history. He's eligible for the Supermax extension, which he can sign next season, and that would set a new benchmark for NBA deals. Luka, $345.3 million for 5 years.
It's frustrating. I'm in disbelief.
The league's generating the money.
You're right.
They should be getting a large chunk of it.
But the league is generating the money, yes. And I don't begrudge the players at all. They should be getting more than 50%. As far as I'm concerned, they're the stars. They're the ones we come to watch. But the problem is it's on the consumers. Like, we're the ones, the people who pay for the tickets, the people. And I guess I understand inflation. I understand things going up. But it seems like the salaries aren't matching what's really happening in the country, if you know what I mean. And it's not about the salaries. It's about, like, I guess we can afford to pay it. I don't know. I'm just, how can a family afford these things nowadays?
So you're saying the average fan's getting priced out, risks getting priced out.
Yeah.
There's always going to be games on TV, free TV, presumably, although they're going to be streaming more and more. That's where they're getting you, right? That's where an NBA fan has that option. Do I want to pay more? Do I want to stream? Do I want to see all those games? That means I have to pay more. The ticket prices, what do you do? Most families, right? We all do. It's like you pick and choose.
Right.
And we're fortunate we can go to games,
right.
You're taking the family, we can go to maybe that game. Let's go maybe to that game, right? It's not like, well, let's go to 7 games this month.
No, you're right.
You just can't. A lot of people can't do it.
But let's say, your favorite player is Steph Curry. That's just your kid's favorite player. Like, can families afford to go see Steph? Or, like you said, you may have to go see LaMelo Ball in Charlotte on a Tuesday in December.
Right.
Or something like that.
Like I did that, right, Jack? I'm always trolling.
That was a cheap shot.
But was it always like this, fellas? Do you remember, Whitey?
No, it wasn't always like that. And I think it used to be every game cost the same. They didn't have dynamic pricing.
Dynamic pricing, yeah. And the resale market, too.
Right.
Has added, trust me, I know from Taylor Swift. It's just tough, man. It's, we're, like you said, we're fortunate. We're blessed to be able to go. But if I didn't work for the Kings, it didn't work for the NBA, it would be tough to take the family to more than 1 or 2 games a season. It's tough.
But it is special when you go.
Yeah, it is. Let me ask you guys this, though, real quick. When we talk about the Warriors, did Chase Center and the move to San Francisco price out the loyal, diehard Warriors fans that used to go
I don't
to
have
Oracle?
The details, but I would bet so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the same
and
thing.
It's a different type of
it's a different fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'll put it to you this
good
way,
fans
fellas.
in Oakland,
When
too.
I was, I'd be a senior in college. My mom, grew up watching me play sports, and she loosely follows sports. I would say, but my mom was the type of person. She would buy, if it's a Pittsburgh Steeler blanket, she would buy it. It doesn't matter. I'm like, Mom, I'm not using that. I'm a 49er, but I do respect you take it from mom, right? So I say that to say my mom bought me season tickets to the Warriors my senior year in college.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And there were in the 300s or whatever at the Oracle. And I was like, this is pretty cool. That was one of my, graduation gifts or something, but she bought it before the season. And I know my mom. My mom, single parent, raised me by herself. Shouts out to my mom. Love her to death. Without her, I wouldn't even know me. And, middle class. My mom was a RN. She made middle class money, but raising a young man by herself, I know she didn't have that type of money to go buy lower deck hundreds. So I can only imagine what they cost. They couldn't have cost that much money for my mom to be like, oh yeah, I'll grab a season.
Right.
There's no way you're doing that at Chase right now. I don't care if you sit up next to the ceiling.
Right. Cost you a couple kidneys at least.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Let me.
You're priced out.
And remember the stories of the people at Candlestick when the 49ers moved. There's a lot of people
the PSLs, man.
priced out.
Yes.
Long
PSLs
time
Awful.
fans and season ticket holders.
Awful. What's interesting, though, about this generation of parents, me included, fellas, paying an arm and a leg to go to Taylor Swift, I would have never have asked my parents or even thought of paying that much money. Remember when the Patrick Ewings came out back in the day?
Man.
Dude, I couldn't afford that. I told Dad, you know what, Dad? You don't have to buy the Patrick Ewings. Take me to Pro 500. Let me get the Pro 500s. And, that were $30 instead of $100. And I think the way kids are raised these days, and so on the parents, because, I'll take my daughter out shopping and she'll be like, Dad, that's $30. That's too much. And I'm like, don't worry about it, honey. The value of $1, maybe we're not, I'm going to take her to this damn Taylor Swift concert. It's going to set me back an arm and a leg. But I'm doing that, and maybe in her mind, she's going to think that's acceptable or that's the norm, I'm twisted up, man.
Well,
I'm twisted up.
we're all, especially when you're a kid and you don't have the knowledge and the wisdom to know what's best in some of these cases, but it's always been the case in the media and in consumerism. The kids are being taught on TV and everything, buy. You better buy the best.
Yes.
And it's our responsibility to go, okay, hold on. It's good to have the best sometimes, but hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
You don't always need the best of everything right now. And some of it isn't really the best. It's more expensive. But anyway, they're always being bombarded.
Like my 12-year-old had to, I gave them some money to go clothes shopping really quick, back to school shopping. I'm like, here's your budget. She buying $70 Lululemon shorts. And I'm like, that's what kids are doing these days, man. That's the thing now. It's crazy.
The thing is Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Kyle Draper, he staged a stirring comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see how he does today because the quiz is coming up next on Sactown Sports.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich. Dasha.
Did your boobs stop working?
And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Derek Too Shifty on the chat says, Jay ain't ready for the smoke today. Lock in, Drapes. Let's get this W.
I'm dialed in, man. I got a good workout in. I was pumping iron. Had a picture of Jay up on the wall there as I was pumping iron. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this today. That boy in trouble, so let's go.
That was a tough one for Jay yesterday. I know, talking to him afterwards, he just felt like he let a few slip out of his grasp.
He did. He was up 2-0. You know, he was the 2016 Warriors trying to close me out, and I had to beat the LeBron James.
Draymond action, huh?
Time for Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz for September the 4th. Of course, everything in the quiz is based on things that happened or is related to things that happened on this date in these years. So, Kyle Draper, you're up first today.
Yes.
Right? Let me get my scorecard ready. Pardon me. 1993. 1994. 1999. Guess the year 2002 and 2018. 93, 94, 99. Guess the year 02 and 2018.
So not too far way back today, huh?
Not too far way back.
93, I'll start us off.
1993. What Yankee throws a no-hitter against Cleveland on this date? 1993.
Roger Clemens.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
That's your answer?
That's my answer.
Okay, it's because it's multiple choice.
It's multiple. You didn't tell me
That's
that.
it. It's a wrap.
No, let me hear the multiple choice.
It's a wrap.
Nah.
Final. That was his final. Where's Howie Mandel when you need him?
Can I hear the options?
That's over.
No, Jay ain't the judge.
It wasn't him anyway. It wasn't even Roger Clemens anyway.
You didn't tell me it was multiple choice.
I couldn't. You answered.
Usually you say closest to or multiple choice. You
before I even said Cleveland. Roger Clemens.
It's not him anyway.
No, because I thought, like I said, usually you say it's multiple choice or closest to it.
To that. Okay, all right.
Let me
What do
hear
you,
it.
Jay? Is this up to Jay?
No, Jay not the judge, jury, and commissioner.
Yeah, well, by rule, you said that was your answer.
Go ahead, give him a shot.
Y'all cheating me.
Because Roger Clemens not even on that list. Because it's not him.
They cheating me already.
What Yankee? We're actually giving you
we are.
benefit of the doubt here. What Yankee throws a no-hitter against Cleveland on this date in 93? Was it David Wells, David Cone, Jim Abbott?
1993.
Yes. Or I'll even throw Roger Clemens.
Yeah,
in
throw
there. Or Roger Clemens.
I'd be like, but I won't say it. 1993. David Wells. Who was the other one?
David Wells, David Cohn, Jim Abbott.
I'm gonna go with David Cohn.
David Cohn is not correct.
I know
for
who
the
it is.
steal,
Now.
Jay. Yankees.
Jay was going to say David Cohn too.
Against Cleveland.
No.
93. David Wells, Jim Abbott.
It was Jim Abbott.
It was
Jim Abbott. Yeah.
Jim Abbott.
Damn.
Yeah, Jay gets the,
That's my
gets the
fault.
point.
My fault, Derek.
Roger Clemens.
You were so sure.
I'm like, Roger Clemens wasn't even on the Yankees by then.
I know. That's my bad.
Boston Red Sox still.
Yeah, you're right. He wasn't on there. Yeah.
And he even played for the Blue Jays yet.
All right, Jay.
I'm tired, man.
94, 99. Guess the year 02, 2018.
94. One more time. I'm
No
sorry.
problem. 94.
Yeah.
1999.
I'm tired, man.
Guess the year 2002 or 2018. I know you guys
I'll
don't have it
go.
written down.
I'll go. 1999.
Ooh. It's a closest too.
I'll go first.
Drapes go
Let's
first.
All right, Drapes. This date, 1999. The Reds, with help from Greg Vaughn, set a National League record for home runs in one game. With how many in a 22-3 win over the Phillies?
Oh.
The Reds.
It was a National League record, you
Yes,
said?
with help from Greg Vaughn, set a National League record for home runs by a team in one game. With how many in a 22-3 win over the Phillies?
12.
1999. 12. Jay?
11.
Answer is 9.
Really? 9
9 home runs.
Okay. That's a tough one. That was tough.
Yeah. And Jay's got the lead 2-0. He had the lead yesterday.
Yep.
So
Got
he
him right
does
where I
today.
want him. Don't worry.
All right, KD. 94. Guess the year 02, 2018.
1994. Moises Alou.
Wait.
Oh, is that your answer?
No.
All right.
It's
my turn.
Draper's
It's my turn. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, because he went first on that one. So, yeah. So,
All right.
Drapes, yeah.
What's the year?
94. Guess the year 02, 2018.
Guess the year.
Guess the year. All right.
And I get to hear the question first, right?
Yeah, and you can make him go first
Okay.
if you want. Tom Tupa runs in a fake PAT attempt to score the first 2-point conversion in NFL history in a Browns win.
Jay
Over
can go
Cincinnati.
first.
This date, what year?
Jay can go first.
Yeah, Tom Tupa runs in a fake
For the
PAT
Browns, huh?
attempt to score the first 2-point conversion in NFL history in a Browns win. This date, what year, Jay? What year?
So that means because Tupa can. I'm gonna say 2000. 2000.
2000?
Y2K, baby.
2000.
Tom Tupa runs in a
Man.
fake PAT attempt to score the first
Browns came back,
2-point conversion in NFL history in a Browns win.
That's when you know you're getting old. These
What
years
year?
are just running.
They're running. Can I change it?
Oh,
Only if your opponent allows you to.
I'll just go 2000. That's fine.
nah. I'm not going to allow him to change it.
All right.
2000. Tom Tupa. That's a tough one. I'm gonna say 2001.
2001. 1994.
Oh.
1994.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
It's been what, 30 years of the 2-point?
Yeah.
I felt like
Jay,
it was
you
around.
killing
I
me.
was gonna say 98. I wanted to come down a little bit.
Jay's killing me today.
He's got the lead and he's up 3-0. You could lock it down here, Jay.
Okay.
94, 02, 2018.
I'm going 94.
1994.
Okay.
Who
Dennis
throws-
Martinez.
Yeah, nope.
Come on.
Nope. It's actually Roger Clemens.
For the Yankees.
Oh, man.
Who
okay.
throws 5 touchdown passes,
Oh.
setting a record with his 18th career game with 4 or more. You got that?
Oh, okay.
5 touchdown passes
Yep.
for him, setting a record with his 18th career game with 4 or more touchdown passes. Dan Marino, John Elway, Jim Kelly.
Hey, Dan Marino.
He's got it.
Yeah.
He's got it. That is correct.
I was going to say Dan Marino, but I was getting ready to do the Kyle Draper, but I didn't want
You
to
got
step
me,
on
big
somebody.
fella. Congratulations, Jay. You see, I wasn't focused today, man. I was not locked in. That's my fault.
That's
Jay's
that
got the
gym.
win today.
I got that gym working for me.
Your boy Lem kicked my butt, dude. Gosh, I'm struggling, man. Oh, Derek, too shifty. Don't go out like this, Drapes. Get up. Dude, I'm on the canvas. He knocked me out
He's
today.
also giving you. Oh, Yeah. Did he give you the Roger Clemens answer? Derek
No,
T.
I
Shifty?
didn't. I don't know.
It's right there.
Did he put Roger Clemens on there
It says
too?
He
Roger
wrote that.
Clemens.
That was after the
man,
fact.
come on, man.
He was wrong too.
Yeah, he was.
Oh man, good one, Jay. Nice bounce back, big dog.
Very nice bounce back. Yeah. By the way, here's what I was hoping we'd get to this one. This is true. I don't remember this. 2018, the Detroit Tigers. I'm not going to make it a question here. I'll just talk about it. Detroit Tigers ended up firing both of their broadcasters. They'd been together 16 years. Mario Impemba and Rod Allen in 2018.
Okay.
Because after a game, they got into a
fight
with each other.
Yeah, I remember that.
They were duking it out. I remember that.
The game was over, but they're still in the press box or wherever, and like one of them has to get out of the other one's way, and they bump into each other. They got into a fight.
Damn.
They both got fired.
Duking it out.
Yeah.
Jeez. I never heard that story.
Yeah.
I don't even remember
After
that
16 years together. Damn. What a way to go.
What a way to go out.
Yeah. And Jay, it was also on this date, Scott Hatteberg, the walk-off homer.
The shot.
As seen in Moneyball.
Yes, sir.
The A's, they blew an 11-0 lead, came back, and posted their 20th straight win.
Victory, yeah.
Yeah. There was like 55,000
Hatteberg.
people in that place.
Damn.
For that game.
Back in the day.
It's when we were packing it out.
Yes. Yes.
We'd still pack it out if you gave us a reason to pack it.
Right. No doubt.
It'll be packed next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get a ticket, especially that first couple months.
Right.
You know,
the
14,000
excitement.
Yeah, 14,000 fills up
bro.
quick.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, man, that's a Kings game.
Is there any way
Minus
we
3,
can
4.
buy a surrounding property and then rent it out to people so they can stand at the top of the money store
Oh, yeah,
wherever
yeah.
and
watch, huh?
make some money? Is there any way we can do that?
Will Sactown Sports have a box, you think? A suite or some sort of, some
I would
tickets?
think so normally, but, there's just, I don't know how
There's
many
not
suites
much
and
there,
boxes and stuff there are.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say yes, we will.
Yep.
Yes, we
How
will.
about my girl, Caitlin Clark? Triple-double tonight, fellas.
They got the win?
Yep, they got the win. 24, 10, and 10 for Caitlin.
Thanks for being with us today. Back with you tomorrow. What do you have? Jason Thompson, Ron Lionel
Yes,
Simmons?
L-Train.
Yeah.
I
Stick
need an
around.
L-Train jersey.
Golf to go. You can ask him about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Golf to go is next on Sactown Sports.
Some people just know safe drivers save more with Allstate.